everybody. Welcome to episode 56 of the Intermission Podcast, the show where two film graduates discuss classic, iconic, and obscure films from times gone by. We're your hosts, Oscar W. Fitchett.
I am Robbie Tweedale. God damn it, stop asking me. Dear God.
And so I don't know you. Please stop bothering me.
Please. Please stop bothering me. My God, ask me once and then never again. Sick of it. Jesus.
Gary
on that really aggressive stuff.
Gary would do that during some Heel Pictures videos. He wouldn't get the point of, introducing yourself at the beginning of every video. So, especially when we do, a series of Bond videos. I think we didn't even get loads. We got, Thunderball.
Okay.
The fourth, the fourth film. And it was, each one, it was it's like, hello, welcome to Heel Pictures. The name's Fitchett, Oscar Fitchett, because, we're doing Bond.
Because you're doing James Bond. Yeah.
So, we're trying to stick with the theme. And it's like, the name's Fitchett, Oscar Fitchett. And then we go to Gary, and he goes, oh, surely you know my name by now.
I mean, it's not the point, Gary. Every video is someone's first video.
Yeah, exactly. It's like someone might be like, oh, I'm intrigued in Thunderball.
Were you seeing that Rhys' reply to the video I sent?
I did, yeah.
His response just telling me to watch my posture.
Yeah, I know.
So that's very nice of him.
Cheers, Dad.
Yeah, cheers, Dad. Nice one. Fucking this guy. Jesus.
So
if there's one person that doesn't complain about their backing off. Jesus.
Oh, mate. Do you know what I love about that? I love having him on the set. When I love him on a set, and where all he does is go like, "Army Black," I love that. One of my favorite things. That
I like it how he grabs it. He grabs his back like right at the bottom, and he's like constantly just doing this, just fucking sticking his tits out constantly.
And he sometimes does a little.
Oh yeah, but he goes so rigid. He's like, he's like if you had like punching action and Batman figure, where you press a button in the back and it just does that. It's just...
I used to have a Sting wrestling action figure where you squeeze his legs and his arms just kind of go like that. So, you just give his legs a little squeeze. It's just
that's most of Rhys's movements. To be honest, is that kind of rigidness. It's insane. God bless him. For a long man, he ain't half rigid. You'd expect him to be all like loosey like a noodle. Jesus.
One thing I discovered because when I was talking to Joe Castle at one point, I just checked I made the joke about being because he made a thing being I'm money or whatever, and then I jokingly being I think your episode on the Intermission's one of the least viewed ones, and then I checked and I went, no, Joe, it's the least viewed episode. and I went, and what's the second least viewed? Oh, the one where Rhys is in it. So maybe we just don't bring guests in.
Maybe when we don't bring guests on.
Yeah. So,
my God.
Yeah. No.
Damn. Bring down the street cred.
But we're end of season 5.
Yeah, this is it, man.
Technically, I mean, we still got the holiday specials.
Yeah, we got the Halloween and the Christmas special.
Do we throw in the and the top 10 films of the year and all that? Technically falls within a season, but this is the first. This is the end of the bulk.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know how I feel about this season.
Yeah, it's been a split one. It's been a 50-50 season.
Season 4. I mean, to be fair, season 4, incredible. That was
great, best season, man.
Season.
Yeah.
This one, I don't know, man. It's been a season.
It's been a rocky road, but that's one of the best chockies. So what much you want?
I mean, the first episode literally started with just Skype shitting itself.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
It started really well.
Yeah.
And then my internet just didn't work. I'm like, well.
I don't think we've recovered.
I don't think,
from the internet going down in that first episode. It's
in Shawshank. It's just been shit. No, that shit's not the word.
Nah.
I liked, We had a good time with Modern Times. I remember that.
Yeah, that was a good one.
The Apartment. That was a
Yeah.
nice time.
Yeah, that was a nice one. I've enjoyed doing the indie ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see how this one goes.
Yeah. Oh God!
But
You're not
yes,
gonna say you hate this, are you? I'm good.
We'll see.
Oh
see.
fuck! Oh Jesus!
We'll see what I have to say about this one.
Oh.
But do I have anything to say really? I don't think I do. Should we just get into it?
Man.
Unless you have anything.
Let's just fucking jump straight into it. I've got nothing.
Cool. Let's get to it then. We'll say more. We'll say more bullshit for later if we think of anything bullshitty.
Oh yeah, man.
Anyway, so and before we get into it, obviously, links in the description for Instagram and Letterboxd for all the fun stuff for Intermission and us individually. That's where you can see updates about when we are filming an episode and what we're doing it on. And all that
man.
Stuff. Also, time codes in the description so you can see when. What we're talking about at what time,
Yeah,
and how long we're doing that for, and yes, as always, as well, there are mental health links in the description, whether if you are in the UK or internationally, stuff's in the description there for everyone, whether you or someone that you love is in a rough place. Obviously, they're not necessarily. Obviously, that's not the only thing you can do, but obviously, there's stuff there. I just like to use this section as well. Just a general reminder for people to like just keep mental health intact. Keep it intact. This isn't a one of those cheesy things where it's like everything gets better. It's like, all right, shut the fuck up. Like I get sick of that. Do you know what I mean?
Mate.
It's like,
yeah.
It's like, oh, it's just everything is fine though. It's like, all right, well, I want to backhand you now. So
Yeah.
But no, there you go.
Well, on that topic, actually, I've read a book. I know, fucking, pretty incredible. I can read. So hang on, I'll find the book.
I mean, I didn't doubt that.
Yeah, well, fuck you, man.
I said I didn't doubt that.
Oh, I thought you said you did doubt it. I thought you were like, oh, well, I did doubt that.
I was like, no, well, I didn't doubt that.
Oh, thanks, man.
I would assume someone who walked away with a first in a first class honours degree.
Yeah, I can write. I don't mean I can read.
You don't know what you've written. You just.
I have no idea. That's what I mean. That's what I learned at university. If you write enough, they can't be asked to read it. They just go, yeah, fuck it, he's put F in. Gobbledygook, mate. I've never reread anything.
Remember when I told you that? Like, it got to the point where I was just writing stuff out of spite.
Yeah.
Like, I just was right.
I was like, he's not going to read this. Fuck you.
It's like, Oscar, how many words have you written? It's like, I've written 50,000 words for this one fucking module.
And fuck you.
Have it.
Okay, yes. I've read this book. Oh, God. Skype. It's called The Humans by Matt Haig. It's excellent. I think this is so I've been getting into reading this year. I think this is my favourite book that I've read. I haven't read a lot of books.
Okay.
It's like it's a very cool story about an alien who comes to Earth and learns what it means to be human. And there's a lot of stuff about mental health in here.
Nice.
And it's fucking great. Like it's really good. I've talked about Mr. Miracle before on here, I imagine.
Yes, yeah.
Probably. It's like my favorite comic ever. And I like comics. I talk about them quite a lot. So it's like, imagine that but for a book.
Right. Okay.
It's got that similar kind of vibe. So if you've read that and you like that, then this is for you. There was a thing in here. So there's a bit at the end. I don't want to spoil anything, but there's a list of 97 pieces of advice for being a human. Right.
Nice.
One of them, I'll read to you now because I think it's on topic for the mental health discussion. All right. I just thought this was real nice. Okay.
Yeah.
This isn't a bit, by the way. I'm not.
No,
Like,
I did assume.
I'm not leading up to a big bit.
Imagine.
I'm doing an actual wholesome thing, if you can imagine that. It says, "Don't kill yourself." That's not the whole thing. It says, "Don't kill yourself. Even when the darkness is total, always know that life is not still. Time is space. You are moving through the galaxy. Wait for the stars." Bosh. What
Nice.
a beautiful piece of literature. So if you're looking for a book and you get sad sometimes, then maybe read
Yep.
that.
Nice.
Yeah. Boom. Look at me being a fucking intellectual. Holy shit.
Yeah, I know. Right, maybe we should like scrap the intermission and we just make a podcast or just.
She's talking about books. It would encourage me to read more, to be fair.
God, I don't know if I could do that, man. I'm not a book reader.
Yeah, I've had to really force myself to get into it. Like, really force myself.
Fiction, I find a lot more difficult than non-fiction when reading.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I can't be doing with non-fiction. It's too many facts.
I think that's what I think it's easier for me
Yeah.
in that
Yeah,
regard.
that's fair.
But yeah,
How many have I read this year? This year I have read
like not like pictureless books.
pictureless books. This year I have read 5 books
Wow.
thus far. I've just started my 6th book. I'm 96 pages into it, and it's pretty good. I'll probably talk about it more in the intermission, I guess.
Cool. Yeah, I'll just read.
Maybe we have a
manga.
new segment of Robbie's book club that we have.
Robbie's booklet. Yeah, maybe. Heyo.
Wow, beautiful.
Anyway, let's get talking about
Anyway,
this film.
oh yeah, films.
We're ending this season, Robbie, obviously with a trilogy. We we talked about Raiders 2 weeks ago. Last week we talked about Temple of Doom. This week we are talking about the 1989 action-adventure film Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. The film is directed by Steven Spielberg, written by Jeffrey Boehm, based on a story by George Lucas. Amino Meges? I don't know how to pronounce that person's last name. The film stars Harrison Ford, Sean Connery, Denholm Elliott, Alison Doody, John Rhys-Davies, Julian Glover, and River Phoenix.
Yeah,
The plot synopsis of the film, according to IMDb, is in 1938, after his father goes missing while pursuing the Holy Grail, baby, Indiana Jones finds himself up against the Nazis again to stop them from obtaining its powers. Accolades the film holds. It has an 84% on the tomato meter and an audience score of 94% on Rotten Tomatoes. Holds an 8.2 out of 10 on IMDb, placing it at number 116 in their top 250 films of all time, and has a score of 4.1 out of 5 stars on Letterboxd. Other accolades that it holds, it was nominated for 1 Grammy for Best Album of Original Score for Motion Picture or Television for John Williams. It was nominated for 4 Saturn Awards, including Best Costumes, Best Writing for Jeffrey Boehm, Best Actor for Harrison Ford, and Best Fantasy Film. It was nominated for 1 Golden Globe for Best Supporting Actor for Sean Connery. Nominated for 3 BAFTAs, including Best Special Effects, Best Sound, and Best Supporting Actor for Sean Connery. And was nominated for 3 Academy Awards for Best Original Score for John Williams, Best Sound, and it won 1 Academy Award for Best Sound Effects Editing.
Wow.
Robbie, your relationship and thing with The Last Crusade.
Hey man, you missed off one of the accolades the film holds. It's the fucking best one. You missed that bit, bitch. It's the best movie. Not ever, probably, but it's the best of the Indiana Jones films. Easy peasy. I've seen this one probably the second most of the 3.
Oh, have you watched Raiders more, have you?
Oh, 100%, man. I know that movie like the back of my goddamn hand.
Why have you watched that one more than this, if you prefer this one?
Because old people, boo. No, I don't know. I have absolutely no idea. I think Raiders just appealed to me more as a child because it was the one with the boulder.
Yeah,
you know, and kids love boulders. I don't know what point I was making. I don't know what point I was trying to make there by saying it's the one with the boulder.
I really agreed with you, but even
yeah, I know it feels like the most kiddie one, I guess. But
it has the most action in it, though, doesn't it? It's the one that's
fun. Except this one on a rewatch. There's a lot of comedy shit in this.
Oh yeah,
it's really funny. Yeah. But yeah, I saw this one probably the least. No, probably not the least. Temple of Doom I watched the least. This one I also very much enjoyed. And and it's just fantastic. Like all the good.
Fantastic.
That's fantastic. It's like all the stuff in the other two that's good, like the pacing and the blocking and the characters and all that is so, like, it's just on the same level, if not elevated in this one. There's some shots in this which are fucking insane. But then at the heart of this one, there's also really nice father-son dynamic story and them reconnecting and them teaching themselves things about each other and all that. It's just like, it's got an underlying nice narrative arc and a theme of father and sons and legacy and whatever, which I think the other two don't really do as much with. It's more just kind of, they're going to point A to point B and he's going to punch a guy and whatever. He's going to punch a bunch of dudes until they all kill themselves by accident because of magic. That's usually how it goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like. I love this one. I was gonna say I really like this one. I don't like it. I don't really like this one. I fucking love it. It's the best one. What about you, sir?
Well, the same as like the last two. I didn't obviously seen this film once before this, and then now for the second time. Watched it for the first time again, maybe about a decade ago. At the time, I remember thinking to myself, I liked it the most out of the Indiana Jones films, and on this watch, I'll have to say that, I mean, I still agree with myself.
Yes.
It's actually a really enjoyable film.
You
Not
had
to say
me-
that the
you
other
had me
two.
on-
Not
You
say
had me
the
on
other.
tender hooks, you bastard.
Not say the other two weren't really enjoyable.
Yeah.
But unlike the other two, I can actually see myself sticking this on sometime.
Yeah,
you know, I said to you about, like, which baffled you when I said Raiders. It's like, yeah, it's good, but I never have to see this again. Or like,
Yeah, right. Absolutely insane take.
like I could go like another decade or two without watching Raiders, and I'll be fine.
Unreal.
You know what? This one sits quite like firmly amongst like whenever, if I would probably be in the mood for like a Curse of the Black Pearl or a Mad Max Fury Road or a John Wick 1, or when I just want to stick on like a good ass action flick that I can have a fun time with. This is exactly that.
I fully thought you were going to say Curse of the Were-Rabbit.
I mean, that's
Which,
also
to
a
be
good
fair,
ass time.
I slap on all the time. I watch that movie too much.
Of course you do.
Oh, God, it's good, though, isn't it?
It's good. That's good. But yeah, this one's good. And if I'm being honest, like the last two, I had my definitive negatives with it, even though I didn't hate either of them. But you know what I mean? Like I definitely had things where it's like, I really like this bit, but get that the fuck out of here. I don't have any of that with this, for being honest. It's not. I don't. With Last Crusade, I don't think there's a negative.
Nah.
I don't mean it's a perfect film. And in terms of personal favourites, it's not a personal favourite Oscar W. Fitchett film. But I can't look at this film and go, yeah, get that the fuck out of here. I'm like, well, no, I'm like literally fine with everything.
Give me everything.
About this film.
Give me Brody. I fucking love that guy. Give me Salah.
Brody, a lot better than the first film.
Yeah, just like the
I
whole.
liked him a lot.
The whole cast of this, like the little ensemble that they have by the end, just what a bunch of great fellas. Do you know what I mean? They're all having such a good time. And I want the worst of both of them.
My notes are kind of messy. Shall I just read through them?
Yes, we'll do that again. You ramble through your notes and we'll go through.
And again, we can then I can just say them all, and then we can then talk about the film. How about that?
Yeah, that's fine.
I got so again, it opened. My notes go just Last Crusade notes, and then I got my first note is this opening is quite cinema.
Oh, it's so good. I'll talk about the opening in a bit because I want to do like a full section on that.
Then below that, I've got, man, I miss River Phoenix.
Just again, I'll talk about it in the bit about the opening, but fucking hell.
Below that, I got this John Williams music is probably my favorite of the indie films, and that's within the opening. It's got like the sense of wonder, but obviously it's got the Indiana Jones like but like there's like this is the first time, you know, like how when you watch like Raiders and you said like man, this is what movies are about. To me, this is the first time I watched an Indiana Jones film, and I felt myself, fuck man, this is why I like movies.
Yeah. This is why people make movies.
It's not why I make movies, but
This is why I make movies.
but it's like, you know how sometimes when I've said like if I watch like an old school 50s flick and I'm just like, and I see like a big old practical set, I'm like, fuck man, movies. This is, you know what? Fuck yeah, this is great. Or like there's that Pretty Much It video when he's watching like Mission Impossible and he's just like, this is why I love movies. So it's like Last Crusade had a lot of things where it's like, God, there's just a lot of combination of things in this where it's like, yeah, man, movie making.
Hell
Good
yeah.
shit. And then below that I do love a train sequence in a film. Again, similar thing with the opening. Brilliant.
Unless it's Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. But again, I'll draw that comparison when we talk about the opening sequence.
And even that train sequence was, I was fine with.
No.
Hey, I see a train in a film, and I at least have a good time.
Yeah.
It might not be an amazing time, but I'm at least feeling myself. You know what? This is,
Yeah.
Don't know what about it. Don't know what is about it. But yeah. Then below that, I've got Mate. This film has some tasty cinematography.
Oh my God.
I got there's some good comedy bits in this, and then I put quotes being the X marks the spot, specifically being like when he's waiting for the guy to stamp the book. What the fuck? Also, and then I got I really like Elsa. It's a shame she's a Nazi.
Yeah. But what about the character in the movie? Or did you just meet a girl called Elsa this week?
Yeah. That's me updating that's me updating Joe on my Tinder date. Yeah, that's I really liked her. Shame she's a Nazi.
I really liked that girl I met at the Hartlepool Weatherspoons.
Shame she's a Nazi.
Shame she's a Nazi.
Which again I'll say it briefly, but I'll go like maybe my favorite indie girl.
Yeah.
Like I'll because that's been my main. I'll get more into it in depth. We'll save that as a bit. Actually, pinpoint it. I'll finish my notes. We'll pin it. I've got where's that? That rat sequence gives me the creepy crawlies.
Yeah. Do you not like rats?
I don't care for them, but the way it was shot and the way like the sound design in it was like, oh god, that's like, like it's
gross.
Yeah. Love that boat chase.
Oh yeah. Love it.
Remind me of that. I can't remember. Evidently I loved it, but I can't remember specifically. What was the boat chase?
The boat chase when they're leaving the it's just after the whole stuff with the rat and they're leaving and then they go between two boats.
Yes.
One of the boats is getting chewed up in a propeller whilst he's trying to interrogate that dude.
I can confirm. I do love that.
Yeah, I can confirm that was in the movie.
And I did like it a lot. I got Connery and Ford's chemistry is incredible, and that was like the first time we see them together on screen. It's like, this is fucking excellent. I'm going to enjoy watching these two for the rest of the film. I got the next note. I got quotes. All I have to do is squeeze, and then all I have to do is scream. With me commenting below, going, "What a line!"
It's so good.
Just great writing. This is my favorite script of the indie films. Quite frankly, it's the best one. It's just the best screenplay in it, I think. Then below that, I've got that tank action scene is all sorts of thrilling. Yeah. And then the last note I've got is the ending stretch is some good shit.
Oh, it's so good. Again,
my notes vary from just that's class. Well, mint that. Love that bit. It's like, I can't there's no like that, but get rid of that.
it's just great bit after great bit all the way through. Yeah, we'll go through it in order, I think.
Go on, right.
I think that's what I'm thinking is go through the movie in as it plays out.
Old school intermission. Old school.
Yeah, because there's so much good stuff in it that I don't want to miss anything.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to kind of take reins on it more so than me, because I can't.
Yeah, sure. I mean, just the opening is immaculate. We pick up with a young Indiana Jones, but one that doesn't look like a fucking ghoul.
There's so much of this scene that works so well because we don't get a title card saying what year we're in. We get that little thing where it's like, oh, that's Indiana Jones, and then we see just a man raise his head, and we go, wait, that's not Harrison Ford.
Who the fuck is this guy? Stealing a weird cross.
And then we pan up, and then we hear just some chump kid. Indy. Indiana. And then River Phoenix pokes his head out of the shadows.
Oh my
like,
god,
oh
it's
shit,
so good.
it's young Indiana
It's
Jones.
young Indiana Jones from the Young Indiana Jones Adventures. They didn't get him back for the show.
They definitely did not
no
get
way.
River Phoenix.
But a question is raised by me in that sequence, which is, why did Indiana Jones grow up to just steal that whole guy's bit? Like, why did he like
Look at him and go, I'm gonna be that
yeah,
man.
I'm gonna model everything that I wear every single day on that guy, on that one criminal that I hate. Why did he do that?
It's like looking like there's like an old Premier Chick commentary of when they did like Goosebumps, and like there's like a young Ryan Gosling or whatever in it. But like Ryan Gosling's like, but like there's like one moment where like Ryan Gosling stood by, like, it's either in Goosebumps or Are You Afraid of the Dark, but he stood by like a guy who's like got to open the boot, open the bonnet, and this he's fix his car, and it's just a guy that looks like the driver from Drive. And then they make a joke like, did Ryan Gosling see this man and be like, wow, he's the coolest fucker ever, I'm gonna be that man forever.
I'm gonna be that guy for the rest of my life.
Did River Phoenix Indiana Jones, did Indiana Jones just look at this man and be like, you know what,
I'm stealing that guy's whole shit.
that man's fit.
Yeah.
Not as in he's fit, but like his
yeah.
out, you know, as the kids say, his fit.
His fit, you know, as
but,
you would say as a child. Anyway, so
Yes. So.
yeah, the whole opening sequence is just like, it's such a good chase, and like they could have just been like, oh, you know, like a certain other Indiana Jones film, they could have been like, it's just a regular train and we're just walking through a regular train. It's a fucking circus train.
Yeah,
it's
great.
It's so creative, and he's falling through into some snakes, and he's using the snakes to freak people out because one of them crawls up on someone's wrist when he's about to grab the cross, and he's like, "Bleh!" You know, they've got the good fucking fun bit with the rhino sticking its horn through.
Yes,
and then nearly gets both of their dicks, and they're like, maybe we should get off. You know, it's like, it's good, fun, creative stuff.
The line scene, excellent. That's like that's like, I don't know if it was intentional, but it's very similar to a scene in a Charlie Chaplin film called The Circus, where he got locked in a bit of a cage with a lion. Obviously, it wasn't in a train, but you know, it's a very similar type of sequence. Is all I'm saying. But also, I wouldn't be surprised if Spielberg did take something like that.
Yeah, that seems like a him thing to do.
Yeah.
And then they also do an Empire Strikes Back where they canonically do a thing as to why he looks weird.
With a scar.
With the scar, because Harrison Ford was whatever.
In real life.
Yeah, in real life, Harrison Ford has a scar on his chin for whatever reason. Yeah. So they were like, Indiana Jones whipped himself when he was first using a whip or whatever.
And I just want to pull this because I think it's an interesting point. I do want to pull this comment from the Pretty Much It commentary of Indiana Jones. Yeah. Because I also know, because I have issues like this sometimes with films. This was my was. Again, I like Solo fine, but these were my major issues with Solo, where it's like, do we need fucking know everything about this man? How do we know how he got everything? There's a difference between that and this, and why both of them work differently. One instance being what Pretty Much It said, in the sense of like, it's a different thing from just, it's a sequel like 5 years after the second film, while they're still doing the Indiana Jones films to do this is how he got his whip, this is how he got his scar, this is how he got his hat, or you know what I mean, or like this is how he did this is how he got his fear of snakes, you know, like that's like it's one thing for that to happen, because that's a cool thing. It's like his mate's like scared of snakes, he just takes one off and just throws it. It's like we see the moment of him being like actually shit scared of snakes, which makes sense. It wasn't just a lifelong thing, it was an actual thing that, you know, a shit scared thing that happened to him. But also, I think, as opposed to like when Solo does it, it's eye rolling, because it's like it's doing it more so from the nostalgia-y, like, see, you like all these things. Whereas like Spielberg wasn't doing that with Last Crusade, because like, what my nostalgia over 7 years ago. Like, you know,
exactly.
What am I? You know what I mean? But the other point being, I think what's different is Solo's not. Solo, a film. I'm using Solo as an example because it's something like, it's just the first thing that comes to my head. Although I do think a lot of films do it anyway. Yeah. But this is they explain all this just at like an opening of another film in an Indiana Jones film.
Yeah.
We're not making a whole film that's stretched out of River Phoenix as a younger Indiana Jones, and then we have to see at the beginning of him being scared of snakes, and then we have to wait 20 minutes later for him to get his whip, and then we have to wait another 20 minutes later for him to get his hat, and then we have to wait. You know, it's all like, it's a nice little compact thing within an opening of a film.
Yeah.
Within a film that's, you know, that's not nostalgia baiting. So
no,
that's,
exactly.
I just want to say that's why this is cool. So you can do it, but like if you're doing it where it's like, do you remember that property from 30 years ago that you already fucking loved? We're gonna tell you how he got all of this shit. It's like, all right.
I don't care. I don't care that his name's not really Han Solo.
Piss off.
Which is that is the worst part of that movie.
No, I agree. Again, someone who enjoys Solo.
I really like Solo, but that bit sucks.
Dreadful.
But yeah, I think River Phoenix is fantastic. Obviously,
mate,
he's so charismatic.
I love
and
him so much, man.
he's got fantastic hair.
It's the Robert Pattinson effect. I'm pissed off at that man's hair.
Yeah, like what shampoo's that man using? It's so fucking glossy. Do you know what I mean? It's just
you know, like him. You know, he's part of that hippie family, wasn't he? So you don't know what natural shit. You know, well, Phoenix is. You know, they grew up like amongst like, you know, all vegan diet and all like.
I have absolutely no idea about this. This is
The Phoenix family were very like, we lived in camper vans and
fair enough.
We did all that shit and all that. So like, probably just born into like a pool of just
excellent hair. There you go.
Just blessed with good hair.
Yeah, maybe maybe he got covered in hair and then fell into a big vat of honey. Maybe it's just stuck to him, possibly. Maybe. But yeah, he looks great, and as a young Indiana Jones, he's very good. And that sequence plays into one of my favorite. There's two fantastic edits in this movie, and I'll get to the
really well edited film.
Yeah,
I want to say before you talk about like the edit, the lead into the scene of it. I also just like the little, because I forgot about like we see him go back to his house and we see him talk to his dad. We don't reveal it. You can hear it's Sean Connery, but we don't. You know, we don't get the character reveal yet. Yes. But I like the little like dynamic that he has with him, where it's like where we get to see River Phoenix act as Indiana Jones, not just do an action scene. Where you know he's like dad, and he's like counting Greek or whatever it is, and it's like it's like that's you know it's like it's charming, just a really charming moment, and also a really good establishment. It's like, okay, well, I know the type of relationship he had with his dad.
Yes.
Without getting a whole montage of his life.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you get a good sense of it, and you also, when he leaves the room and you linger on his dad, like making notes about the Holy Grail and all that kind of stuff. Like it's you get a good sense of like, this guy is kind of not really looking after his son properly because he's on the hunt for the Holy Grail and whatever. Yeah, you get a really good sense of that in a really quick and efficient way. And I think River Phoenix just generally, he's got the mannerisms down completely. The way that he's talking to his friend at the beginning, I was like, that's just how Indiana Jones talks to people.
Yeah.
Like he's fucking got it down. It's really, really impressive. And then obviously, yes, one of the two edits I'm going to talk about in this movie that are fucking brilliant. The match cut of the guy putting the hat on him and his head's down, and then match cut up to Harrison Ford coming up.
Again, it's easy. But it's just good. It's just
so good. It's like, oh man, and he's still after the same cross. Yeah. Which again says a lot about him as a character as well. It could have just cut to him being on an adventure, because that cross never comes up again.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not important to this movie at all.
No.
But instead it's like, no, we'll show that he's like continuously looks at these things, and he's still saying the same thing as he was when he was a kid, where he's
it belongs in a museum.
It belongs in a museum. You know, he's doing all that shit. So it's a great little opening and a great little introduction to all the characters and all that kind of.
I like the scene that immediately follows that with the boat. It's just a really cool set piece. Again, nothing wrong with the action. Again, if there's one thing that's consistent about these Indiana Jones films, is the action's just fucking great. It's just it's really great. I think that's why I also like, even though I didn't hate Dial of Destiny like you did, but I also feel like I didn't care much for it because the action's not good in it.
The action's so not good.
So,
but the thing is, no, go on. I'll make a point afterwards.
I was just going to simply say, because even though Raiders, I didn't care too much about the story as much. Or like, I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. But the thing that kept me mostly engrossed with Raiders was the set pieces and how inventive the action stuff was, and and that was how I got invested in Indiana Jones as a character. Whereas, like, if I'm watching another story that I'm not as interested in with action that's also not interesting, you're not selling me. You're not gripping me at all. Whereas, like, with this, it's like, again, with the, I mean, we'll end up talking about all the fucking action scenes in these films, in this film. But, like, again, it's just, like, to me, like, it was that, like, boat bit where I'm like, fuck, man, that's, like, just a set. Like, it would have had to be because, of, like, of the camera rigging and stuff. Yeah. So it's, to me, it's even more mind-blowing to me where it's like, they've had to rock a big set and just chuck water. And it's just this is just so cool. Like, from like just a movie making standpoint, this is just so cool. It's just,
I think, like, a thing that Dial of Destiny does wrong for me.
I'm not ignoring it. I'm just opening my window just so you know.
Oh, no, go for it. It's like, so what's good about the action in the Indiana Jones films, I've always thought, and what makes Indiana Jones a great character, or one of the things that makes him a great character, I've talked about it before, but is that he gets the shit kicked out of him constantly.
He's always got a bloody mouth, man.
And like in that boat scene at the beginning, he's getting punched, he's getting kicked to the floor, he's getting big fucking waves crashing over the side and like knocking him over and all that kind of shit. And he's like, he drops the thing, and he's about to like, he catches it just as it's about to go off the edge of the boat, all that kind of stuff. Whereas the new one, a point of the movie is that he's old and he's fragile and and maybe he's not up for this anymore. And I'm like, that's a great opportunity to be like, show him get beat up, and he's like, and he can't deal with it properly anymore and all that kind of stuff. But it's all the fucking glossy Disney blockbuster action where it doesn't look like anybody's getting hurt.
Yeah, well, I'm not looking at anything. I'm not looking at anything.
Yeah, it's just like, it's people, and most of the action in that movie is just fucking car chases anyway.
But you can look at it, but you can even, like, again, you can bring shit up where it's like, even like the Aladdin film. Or like, like, it's like just anything like that where it's just like, what am I looking, like, it's just even there's stuff like that where it's like,
the fights don't feel like anybody's actually getting hurt. It's just, it's just choreography. And like this movie just, and the Indiana Jones films prior as well, it just feels so scrappy and like, they're just swinging fucking fists and they're hoping that he lands on somebody, and it's just, it's a real stark difference. And I'll try not to talk about Dial of Destiny too much because it just makes me sad. But but dear God, it's great when it's great.
What I find interesting about like the fallen scene after that, is when he's doing his little classroom lecture.
Yeah, so the running bit where all the students want to fuck him or whatever.
Yeah. But it's the bit where he's like, facts, not truth or whatever. And he's like, we don't. There's no treasure at the end of the exit. He's saying like, it's fine as a fairy tale or whatever. Blah 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 blah. I'm like, mate, in chronology, you've watched a man get his heart ripped. How are you like disowning? How are you disapproving like the supernatural where you were possessed and then not, and then you also saw ghosts. Legit. Well, you didn't see them, but you knew about ghosts.
Yeah. It's like in the trailer for the new one, the first line he says is, "I don't believe in magic," and it's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Think about all the shit you've went through, man.
Yeah.
How are you still like QAing on in it or whatever?
Yeah. It's even like, I mean, Han Solo does this a lot as well, where he's like, Jedi. It's like, Luke's right there. What are you doing? Why is all of Harrison Ford's characters can't fucking believe anything? It's like in the new Captain America when he's the president or whatever, and he's gonna turn into a big red Hulk. I imagine. If they're gonna do it properly, it's like he turns into a big red Hulk and then beats a lot of people up and then turns back into Harrison Ford's like, I don't know what you're talking about. What's a Hulk?
Well, in that scenario, he wouldn't have been on set for that. You know what I mean?
God, I don't imagine they've got him in the fucking mocap pajamas just jumping about. I don't imagine Harrison Ford's doing that. If there is, I'd love to see the footage of it.
But like he would have said his lines. He would have then like walked off set, or like he would have acted going, "Grr," and then like they were like, "Good, cheers, Harrison," because they're gonna CGI him going, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if that footage does exist, I'd like to see it in the same way that I enjoyed seeing the. Do you remember the movie that he did with the dog? What was that?
Yes,
Call of the Wild. And the dog's just on set. The dog's just a fucking guy crawling about, and there's like footage of Harrison Ford stroking this man. It's great. If you haven't seen that, look it up because
it's great. No, it's
absolutely fantastic. Anyway, yeah, yes. all the students want to fuck him and etc. And then he goes to he gets told about the Holy Grail. You should look for the Holy Grail, and also your dad's been kidnapped or whatever. Yeah. And he's like, I should probably go do that. So he goes to Venice?
Yes.
Yes, he goes to Venice. He meets Elsa.
Oh, right. Just
love of your life for some reason.
Yeah,
she's no Marion, mate.
I don't know. I liked her better.
Oh, come on. Get out of town. And
she would stab me in the heart and become a Nazi, wouldn't she? She's like, damn it.
God damn it.
Women.
I don't think she became a Nazi.
She was a Nazi.
Also, right, okay, there's two things there. I don't think she became a Nazi. I think she was a Nazi. And I also don't think it has anything to do with her being a woman. So, just to stop you there for a second.
Yeah, because I love that. I love that being the point. Yeah, women, they'll break your heart. I don't think that's
I don't think that's how it goes, man.
No, but like even right, yeah, okay, yeah. That aside.
Being a Nazi aside. Which, the common phrase people use all the time. Being a Nazi aside.
But like before that, before Indiana Jones found out she was a Nazi.
Yes.
Not before she transformed into one.
Yes, before the audience finds out she's a Nazi.
Yes.
I guess.
I liked her dynamic with the team.
Sure.
For the small little time.
Mm-hmm.
I think the thing that I like, one of the things that I commented about like within Raiders, I think even in Temple of Doom, was like, I don't know, like I would have liked a bit more like puzzle solving from Indy or whatever. And another point, my point being like, I got annoyed at Marion because she seemed to cause more problems than she actually helped in anything. Where I was like, I mean, she did. There was but like to me, like I liked the little dynamic of them. Like they're in the library, and then Indy's like, fuck no, he wasn't trying to find a book of the of the Holy Grail. It's here or whatever, and all that stuff. It's like right, yeah, like 7, 5, or 3, 7, 10, 10.
Yeah.
And then they're all like looking around or whatever, and it's like X marks the spot, and it's like it just it feels like a nice little like. It felt like that's like a nice little just like let's try and solve the puzzle. Haha.
Yeah.
And all that. It's like, this is neat. And then she gets like, and then they break the fucking hole in the floor. Brilliant little funny segment. Loved it. Yeah. And then she's like going down and that. I liked the whole thing. I liked the relationship of being like she's helping him out. She's feeling like another adventurer. And all that. It just felt more like, I don't know, she wasn't a hindrance in any way. Looking at you, Willie. Fucking piss off. I'm still stand by that fact.
You leave Willie alone.
I won't. I'll disparage that character any chance I get.
Oh God. I think that whole bit. I think there's a great little scripting thing in there of the whole, He's talking to his class and he's like, X never marks the spot or whatever.
Yeah. Good,
and then
good
he's
writing
like,
bit.
He's like, X marks the spot. God fucking damn it.
Yeah.
He's fuming, mate.
Yeah, it's cool. It's nice. I like it.
It's good stuff. But my favourite bit of that sequence is the shot where we reveal that he's figured it out. Because it's this like...
Yes.
It's this tracking shot of him standing up and then we're walking towards these like set of stairs. And I'm like, okay, yeah, we're gonna cut now to like some reaction shot or something. Nope. It just fucking cranes up at perfect speed to follow him up the spiral staircase, and then pans over slightly as he gets to the balcony and looks down, and then we like crane downwards and like angle down so we can see the big fucking X. It's such a good camera move.
We see it when we see it when he sees it. It's good shit. It's good shit.
It's such a good shot. But yeah, and then that whole sequence obviously with the rats.
Great. Love
Gross. Don't like it. Gross.
I love
Makes
it
me
again.
feel weird.
Again, I love me little, I love me spooky, creepy scenes. You know, big fan of that stuff. And weirdly enough, even though Temple of Doom is the darkest of the three, this one weirdly enough has like some fun little horror scenes in it.
Yeah.
Like, again, there's the rap bit. We'll get to it. There's the bit at the end of... Again, who was it? Alison Doody was the actress' name who played Elsa. She had some great, like, scream queen moments with, like, so many times in this film. It's like, God, why wasn't she never a final girl? Because she's brilliant. She's really good.
Yeah.
But even, like, just taking that... But, like, if one about, like, performance-wise, again, each time, like, of these fucking indie films, I found gradually more and more people that I end up liking in the film. In Raiders, I said, I only liked Harrison Ford. Didn't care for anyone else in this fucking film. And then, like, with Temple of Doom, I was like, hey, I like Harrison Ford and Ke Huy Quan. But, like, and that was it, really. Whereas, like, with this, it's like, I like everyone.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, again, I liked Harrison Ford. Alison Doody's really good in it. I like guy who plays Brody.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talk about River Phoenix being really good for like again for the small bit he's in it, and and Sean Connery's great as well, and we'll get to him in a bit. But like no matter who's in a scene in this film, Jesus Christ, that's a loud
what the
train.
fuck is that?
That was a train. It's a train.
Jesus.
Hang on, I just realised I don't think I'm using my mic in Skype. That might be.
You bastard.
There you go.
Oh, that's way better.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like no matter who's on screen, like no matter who Harrison Ford's in a scene with, I'm liking the scene. I'm liking watching those two in a scene. Like I like watching Harrison Ford and Alison Doody. I like watching Harrison Ford, and I assume it's Denholm Elliott who plays Brody.
Yes.
I assume
it's whichever one is not Gimli from Lord of the Rings.
John Rhys-Davies. I know that's John Rhys-Davies.
He's great in this as well.
No, not Dial of Destiny. Last Crusade.
Oh God.
Oh, come on. Yes, Denholm Elliott. Yes, so I like seeing him in there. You know, no matter what, I like everyone in the film. I like watching them in it. Do you know what it is as well? And this is what I mean in the sense of like why I like Elsa in the film as well. One, I know she's also not. She doesn't end up being a love interest pretty soon into the film. Actually, like we're like halfway into the film, and it's like, nah, he's not. You know, he's not bringing along his bird for this one. You know, instead he's got his dad.
He's got his cool dad, who's also had sex with the lady.
I forgot. I didn't realize it was a running bit. I didn't realize.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of the comedy bits in this movie, that one's the one that makes me kind of go, I don't know about this one.
I started to chuckle each time with it. It's like
I mean, I guess. But
it's like the bit where they're tied to the chair. It's like they're tied chairs back to back, and then she's saying like you were really great to like Harrison Ford. And he goes, like, what about yourself? It's just
great Sean Connery, by the way.
I don't. Let's not. I'm not going to try it again. But
okay.
If it happens, then it happens. But I also there's that, but also, like I said, she was never in a point where she was always assisting Indy in a thing, and she was never. I never got the impression that she was a damsel in distress when they were. There was the point where like the fire got lit in the tunnel or whatever, and then they're both like, "What the fuck?" And then he just has an idea, and he's like, "Just getting under the fucking boat." It wasn't like a, "Oh no, what are we gonna do, Indy?"
Yeah.
And it's like, "Quick, do this." They were both like, "Shit," and he just so happened to think of like a solution quicker. Is how I interpreted that. So I don't know, like to me, and also she's not over the top. Again, she has some cool scream queen moments, but I mean like. She's not hysterical just in a conversation. Yeah. Like it's again, Willie was a lot, and then I think even Marion was a bit more like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of her like performance, like a lot of Karen Allen's performance was very like theatrical. Whereas like, I just feel like I don't know, I just liked Elsa more.
See,
As that?
I'm the opposite, man. I prefer the other two.
Ah, no.
I find Elsa kind of boring. I don't know. She's fine. They've got like good quips or whatever, but like, I could not tell you one thing about that character's personality at all.
Nazi.
Until she's a Nazi, and then, when she's revealed to be a Nazi, I go, oh yeah, she's the one that turned out to be a Nazi, and also fucked his dad.
Yeah, that did happen as well.
But like, I don't know. I don't know anything about her. Except for the fact that she flips.
Well, I don't know anything about Willie apart from she's a singer and gets on me tits.
She's great, man. But she's more fun. I would have more fun watching her than watching someone who doesn't have a personality. You know what I mean?
I think there is a personality there. It's just not turned up to 1 million.
Well, I would rather a character be a caricature than boring.
Yeah, well, I did. Well, the fact I didn't find her boring, whereas I found Willie annoying. So, like, there's that.
Yeah, I guess.
Again, to me, it felt more like a fun little partnership of like adventurers until the Nazi bit.
Yeah.
But also, I feel like I liked it in that regard because it was more bite-sized in terms of like if the whole film was that, I might have got bored of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I feel like by the time she did become a Nazi, turned into a Nazi, turned out to be a Nazi. God damn it.
I can change you, mate. I can change you. She's a Nazi, Oscar. All right. Jesus.
Hey, look. Out of all the
also,
films,
this happened in the 1930s, mate. All right. When you were 14, you can't change anything now.
There's the old joke.
Yeah, there we go. So it's the episode by episode joke of you being old.
Yeah, good. Yeah, sound.
Good every time.
Fuck's sake. What was I saying?
I don't know.
Yes, the bit that I don't love Nazis. Right. Let's get this out of the way with. It's not a thing that I'm into. All right.
I never said it was.
Yes, you did.
I never said it was. I didn't say that.
Look, I know you have a bad memory, but fuck's sake, it's the same episode.
I said it was a thing that you said.
No, I didn't.
I never said anything.
No, I didn't. But by the point when it's revealed that she's a Nazi, by that point, I feel like we already ran the course of what we could have done with Elsa and Indy.
She's boring.
No.
No,
it would have been repetitive if they kept doing it. By that point, we switched the dynamic to him being with his dad. So, to me, that's, you know what I mean? It's like, and also it's just a fun little, like, to me, I like the thing about, like, oh, you know, like, the last day is, like, fun with, she's also one of the villains now. That's cool. Yeah. You know, that's not like that. That's like a nice fun thing. It's just, it's not going to be another Indiana Jones film where he has to punch a Nazi and then save the girl from distress and then ride. And, you know, it's not just another one of those things.
You're telling me it wouldn't be more fun if, when she was first introduced, she was doing an American accent and was like doing an over-the-top screaming damsel thing, and you were like, oh god, this is gonna suck all over again, and then she all of a sudden switched the American accent off and she's like doing a German accent. She's like, actually, I'm a Nazi.
I feel like, no,
you telling me that wouldn't be a more fun switch up?
No,
if you were like, oh, another damsel in distress, oh my god, she was playing him the whole time, she's actually a cunning Nazi.
No, because if she then had an obvious German accent, I would have been eye rolling even more, mate.
Yeah, it's pretty good though.
No, but I like the bit of like where it's like, again, like she's like being like taken hostage or whatever, and then like Sean Connery is like, nah, just fuck it, whatever.
Just leave it.
And then it's like, I'm telling you, Junior, she's a wrong'un. She's a wrong'un. And then it's like, and then he throws the gun back, and then she just like then takes the book, and then he's like, I fucking told you, mate.
You're an idiot, Indiana Jones.
How did you know she was a Nazi? She talks in her sleep. Brilliant.
Yeah. Dear God. He's really Scottish in this. I forget how Scottish he was in this movie. I thought he would at least try and do a voice or whatever.
Well, it is just his voice.
Yeah, but it's just like
Sean Connery.
he's just very Scottish. I forgot how Scottish he was. Anyway, so then they go out and do the fucking boat chase. And That
Great.
boat chase is fun. I like the bit when they're going and he's like, "Don't go between the boats," and she's like, "Go between the boats." What are you talking about?
No, don't go. Are you crazy? It's like, are you crazy? You want me to go between the boats or whatever? This is a brilliant bit. Love that. Yeah.
He crawls up to the front and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And he's like, "You said go between the boats."
And now you see to me, that's a fun little bit because yes, she put him in peril. She put them both in peril, but by just she couldn't hear him properly. But like, whereas like, I feel like if we had like a Willie in that scenario, she would have just done it.
She would have gone, and like hit something by accident probably, and sent it in between two
and
boats.
just blew up the boat while she was there, just somehow.
Interesting bit in that scene that I think is good fun, but ultimately irrelevant. That guy that like when they catch him and he's like, "We are the protectors of the Holy Grail." And what are you going after the Holy Grail for? And he's like, "I don't want the Holy Grail. I want to save my dad." And he's like, sound, yeah, he's in this castle in fucking Amsterdam." But two questions I have about that. A, how do you get into the club of being the guys that protect the Holy Grail? How do you figure that out? Two, or B, I can't remember if I said one or A. Either way, fuck it. It doesn't matter, Rob, does it? The other one is, you go, "Why are you looking for the Holy Grail?" And he says, "I'm not. I'm just trying to find my dad." And he's like, "Oh, cool. Yeah, he's here." What if he'd lied? Do you know what I mean? What if Indiana Jones just gone, "Oh, I'm just looking for my dad"? He's like, "Oh, he's here." And then he gets to the Holy Grail and then he like takes it or whatever.
Well, you know.
What if he just he didn't second guess anything? He was just like, sorry for the misunderstanding. I'm trying to kill you. Well, your dad's in this castle. Off you go on your way. He doesn't question it for a second. He just flashes his tattoo, and off you go.
It was a character that was simply there for that reason and that reason alone.
Yeah.
It's like Jeffrey Boehm's like, "Fuck, man, how do I get Indiana Jones to his dad?" Throw that guy, and then he just tells him, "Fuck it." You know what I mean?
There's a cult that's never mentioned again. I'll do that. Yeah, but it's like, okay.
I love the shot. I love the shot of the boat propeller thing, and we're seeing the boat getting
chewed up.
It's like, it's good shit. That again, would have got that in CGI now.
Yeah, and it would have been bad.
Boring. Would have been bad. Awful.
Yeah. And then
fuck, man, I hate CGI now.
They go to the castle.
Yes.
And Indiana Jones' cunning plan is, "I'm going to be Scottish for no reason," which is good. It's good fun, isn't it? He's like, "I'm a Scottish lord."
Do you remember? I just remember. I got a flash. Do you remember that bit? I believe it was Blade. Yeah, it was Blade. It is Blade Runner, where the first Blade Runner, where he goes in like he's just Deckard, but he just walks in that club and he's like, "Yes, I'm an interviewer, and I just want to."
It's like, you don't need to do a voice, mate.
It's the same energy.
He's like, "Hey, can I get a quote for the paper?" It's
the same energy. He just walks. He's just Scottish.
It's like, "Hello, I'm a Scottish lord." It's like doing a terrible voice. And they're like, "What does that guy say? If you're a Scottish lord, then I'm Mickey Mouse or whatever."
Something like that.
Then Indy just fucking knocks him out. But what was the point? Why are you just sneaking and then knock him out anyway? Why you gotta get a whole fucking bobble hat?
Why do you have to go through your bit? Why do you have to?
Yeah, why does he have to do a bit? What I do like though is the look that he has when he takes the coat off and he's got his regular Indiana Jones look and a tie.
Fancy as well.
But the tie makes it, man. I like it.
I like it. I like it
as an Indiana Jones look.
You need to do that for Halloween.
Yeah, separates him from that weird guy that he copied. Just put a tie on it. It's different.
It's my own, now.
It's my own thing, man. I came up with this whole thing. Anyway, they obviously find the beautiful man, the beautiful misogynistic, not a great bloke in the real world, Sean Connery. But God bless him. The man who refused to be Gandalf in Lord of the Rings because he didn't get the script.
And he also refused to be Morbius in The Matrix.
Oh yeah, because he also didn't get the script.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times he turned things down because he'd read it and went, "I have no idea what this is." But then at the same time, he did League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. So.
Yeah, but he was also the lead character in that, so that was also a big thing. He refused to see him being nothing other than the leading man. Even though he did this film, but I don't know. I want to see that alternative reality of where Sean Connery did become Morbius and Will Smith was Neo.
Yeah, that'd be a weird change up, wouldn't it? Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah.
That's gross.
Would Will Smith have been John Wick?
God, I hope not.
Would Keanu Reeves have slapped Chris Rock?
Would Keanu Reeves have been in Men in Black?
I love the thought of like it just literally like at that point they just
swap. Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves is Muhammad Ali.
Yeah. There's no way that Will Smith would have been polite enough to not ask Sandra Bullock out. Because that was a whole thing on Speed.
Well, that happened before Matrix. So
okay, yeah, that's a pre-Matrix thing. Because wasn't that a thing like Keanu Reeves fancied Sandra Bullock on Speed and she fancied him, but neither of them because they were too polite.
They were just too awkward. They were like,
oh, that's sad, isn't it?
Like,
that's so sad.
Damn it! But it's like, but they're now like they're both in their 50s and they're. I think Sandra Bullock's in a happy relationship. Oh no.
Her husband just passed away like last week.
Oh, is that true?
That's true. Yeah, sorry.
Shit,
sorry to just drop that horrible.
No, I didn't know that. Wow. Okay. Well.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Yeah, we find Sean Connery.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sean Connery's in this. And he's great. He's very good.
He's brilliant. I love him. I love him so much.
He's so much fun. They get tied up, and there's that excellent action sequence where they're tied up in the chair. Oh man,
I love how. I love how.
The kind of creative shit I want.
I love how. Henry Jones Sr. is just baffled that his son just gunned down.
He's like, you killed those guys. Like, yeah. What do you think I'm doing? What are you talking about?
It's a bit later, but another great line where he's just like, no, Roseman are trying to kill us. It's like, yeah, I know. Because this is all new to me. Happens to me every time.
Yeah. It's great. And obviously, I've glossed over the other incredible edit in this movie. Where we have the slow pan in on Indy as he's describing the unbelievable talents of Brody and how good he is. And then just hard smash cut to the most bumbling British man in the world.
It's like, hello, does anyone speak English?
But bumbling down the street being like, I have no idea where I am, and then getting scammed into falling into a Nazi truck or whatever. It's such a good cut. Of being like, he's already 2 days ahead, and he's like,
just the stupidest man, the dumbest fucking fool. No, brilliant, yeah.
But at least we get reintroduced to Salah, and I love that guy and his silly little fez. And
he's good.
He does the newspaper thing that I was talking about in the Raiders one, because I thought it was in that movie, but it wasn't. Where he holds out the newspaper to the guy's face and punches him.
Run.
And stuff. Yeah, he's just saying run, and he's like, yeah. He's fucking just chilling. And then he does run, but into the back of a Nazi van like a moron. Very good.
It shuts, and you just see the swastika.
It's got the Nazi logo on it, like it's a fucking UPS truck. It's just...
classic. Is that the Amazon Prime delivery? No, it's the Nazi truck.
No, it's the Nazis. Oh, right, yeah. Oh god, but
makes sense like Jehovah's Witnesses, but it's just Nazis. They just go around like, "Have you heard the word of Adolf Hitler? Get away from me!
Go away, please. Fuck off, please. Fuck off." So I don't speak like that to Jehovah's Witnesses. I politely tell them, "No, thank you."
Well,
I think.
Well,
you know, probably don't come to my home. Anyway, so. They have that great action sequence.
Yes.
Rooms on fire.
Brilliant.
Great stuff. So much more entertaining than just a CGI tuk-tuk running around for 20 minutes.
Yeah, I know, right?
Again, I don't want to talk about it too much, but fuck, man, the action sequences in that movie blow. This boring.
This could fall within Dial of Destiny, but if I have to see one more CGI chase scene in a sunny exotic town with a sunset type of thing.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna blow my face off. Fucking
god!
Gemini Man, Jurassic World 3. Man.
Oh yeah, they did do that in Jurassic
World. Oh god, that was. Just don't want to go on a rant about that, but God's sake, it's like it's that and Ant-Man Quantumania that are
Yeah.
like the reason why I hate movies. You know, it's like
Yeah.
you know, like how some films where I can look at and I go like, this is why we're talking about Last Crusade here.
Yeah.
God, yeah, man, movie making, this is class. And then I'll watch a film like that where it's just a CGI bullshit. I'm like, why does anyone bother making film?
Yeah, what's the point in anything?
What's the point when this is out and it's
Yeah.
making billions of dollars?
This is the thing. It's like
I might just end my career.
the whole tuk-tuk chase in Dial of Destiny, in direct comparison to the motorcycle chase that closely follows that
Now a
in
tuk
Last Crusade.
now a tuk chase, in theory, can
Yeah.
be fun.
Yeah, it would be great fun if it was practical.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's just a shitty green screen and cutting to people on the bridge every now and again. And Harrison Ford going, "Whoa," in the back of a fucking... He's not even in the action. What am I doing? What the fuck's the point? Whereas in this, that's Harrison Ford and Sean Connery riding on a fucking motorbike.
Brilliant. It's great.
It's great. It's great, and it looks amazing.
He's like this. He's in his.
He's
in
like
the car.
he's got his little umbrella in. It's fantastic. What do you want?
They do a fun
Oh.
little thing where they set the boat off and then they get people like
Yeah,
get the asses in the boat and then they start just hauling ass out of a box.
And like, you know, I'll gloss over a couple of bits because I don't want us to go on.
We don't need
forever.
to go. We don't.
We don't need to go through every scene, but obviously we get some nice dialogue scenes with them too, and there's a lovely scene on the Zeppelin. My favorite bit,
Yes.
of the favorite bit of the bit on the Zeppelin
No
is
ticket.
that bit where it is not that bit. It's the bit where there's that really, really badly composited Nazi general who's like, "Grrr," as the Zeppelin takes off, waggling his fist. He's like, "Oh, I'm so angry. I am definitely not in front of anything right now." It's so good. I love it. It's one of my favorite like bad composites in movie history. But it's because it's like, you know, it's the 80s or whatever, or 90s.
89.
89.
We're on the cusp.
Yeah. We're on the cusp. We're on the cusp. But yeah, I just love the fucking... He's just waggling his fist like, I can't believe they got away. It's fun. It's absolutely fantastic. Such a fucking cartoon. I love it. But that scene on the Zeppelin's great. It's good fun.
I like
Talk to
I
each
do. I do like that scene. Again, any moment of them just talking, I love it. It's like the moment where it's like, we never talked. Or like, no, what's the beginning of the line? It's like, it's been a while since we just sat down with a drink. I had a milkshake. It's like, that's like a good like bit. That's funny and tragic. You know what I mean? It's like
it's funny, but it's also like, shit, man. This is
Yeah.
bad. This is like not a good relationship.
and then he shuts his books. All right, what did you want to talk about? I said, well, I can't think of anything now. I said, no, what's your fucking problems? That's not the point, Dad.
Yeah. And it's also a question of like, where's the mum?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
We never find out about Indiana Jones's mum, but then also it's like they probably got a divorce because he probably pushed her away from fucking
That is alluded
Holy
to.
Grailing.
It is
Yeah.
alluded to how like he says I didn't have anyone and neither did you. Probably
Yeah.
would have been better if we if we actually both had like if I had a mum and you had a wife in the picture in that regard. Which is I mean that's a good it's a good like viewpoint on like in the sense of like if you did it's not just you were just a dickhead as a dad. It's like, yeah, I was lonely, but so were you as well. We both weren't. We both didn't benefit from this.
Yeah.
We should have had each other, and we didn't have each other. Whereas you were too obsessive over one thing, and I just didn't have a dad. So-
Yeah, which is like again, which is why I think this one's elevated above the other two.
There's a lot to this. To me, like, there's a lot to
Yeah.
latch your teeth on to. I think. Yeah. It's
Like that relationship between those two is really like sad, and it's really well performed by the two of them because obviously they're incredible actors at like the top of their game at this point. They're amazing, and their chemistry is insanely good.
This is my favorite Indiana Jones performance. Personally.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It just got better for me because I liked him. I liked him better in Temple I Did Raiders, and I liked him better in this. I liked him in the others. Personally, Harrison Ford's really good in this. And if I'm being honest, I need to watch more Connery. If I'm being honest, because I've seen this and Bond. Quite frankly, I don't. And League of Extraordinary, but I don't think I've seen like. I don't think I've seen like many. I know he did a lot of films with Sidney Lumet. Like he was kind of like, oh, I saw him in Murder on the Orient Express. He's in that. Oh, and he was in like a Hitchcock film. That was weird. That was a weird film. Not great. I don't think it was great. No, it's a bit uncomfortable now, actually.
Okay.
Called Marnie. That's in the list because I own that, so we might end up talking about it.
We might talk about it.
We might talk, but obviously, as I said, like Connery did a lot of stuff with Sidney Lumet as well. He was kind of like his regular at a point within the 60s. It was, but this might be my favorite Connery. If I'm being honest with you. He's funny. Mine, he's got good drama to him, but he's not funny in the sense like, well, I'm just a dozy old man. And he's not too like. He's not like too stick up his own ass or anything. He's like good in between, isn't he? Again, he could like he could make the quip. He could be again. I love the bit about again within the beginning of like the establishment of their relationship. How he's like give the book over. It's like, he wouldn't have fucking had the book, and there's like, why the fuck did you bring the book? I said it to you. So it's like I like the thing about like. Again, it's good right in the sense of, like, it's not just like, well, I'm behind Indy because his dad's a dick. Or it's not like, God, Indy, you're a little shit. Your dad's right. It's like they're both they both have their moments where it's like, yeah, I agree with Indy here over his dad. And also, Indy, just fucking listen to your dad sometimes, you know?
It's like also when you're saying about him, he's not just a bumbling old man. Because, like, by the time, like, the end of the movie, as we're getting towards, like, the ending and all that kind of stuff, he's got, like... He's got his shirt sleeve rolled up. Yeah. He's not got his jacket on anymore. He's unbuttoned his shirt a little bit. He's got his hat off or whatever. He's getting in the fucking muck of it, mate. It's like he's great, and he like gets involved and shit. Like he does stuff in this movie, and he's obviously the whole Holy Grail thing has been searched for the Holy Grail forever. So he has stuff to do.
Yeah,
like he knows what he's talking about. He's not just a fucking old man brought along for comic relief.
Yeah, exactly. It's like He's got it's a good dynamic as well, like how he's not just an older Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
He's not a fighter. He didn't do all that. He's just a big old researcher. He's like he's just an historian that's got all this knowledge.
Yeah.
So like there's that link together in the sense like, all right, well you can see like again, you know like how like Indiana Jones is so bilingual because his dad's like fucking reciting in Greek.
Yes.
And again, there's like that bit, again, fun little scene. Again, I know we're skipping about, but there's that, ending's great as well. We could talk.
Yeah,
we'll talk about the ending more so in depth. But there's that one bit about like, where he's stepping on like the letters or whatever, and he has to go through Jehovah or whatever, and he's about to go on J, and then you just hear like Sean Connery go like, the Latin spelling starts with an I, steps on J. Goes through, then he remembers. Fuck no, starts with an I. Damn it! Also, so it's like, all right, like it's like he has his. There's so many little things where it's like, there's his purpose to Indy, and also vice versa as well. You know, it's again great dynamic. Love it.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think as well. I don't know. Should we skip ahead? Think about what else was talking.
I'll say what else is there? Like,
I mean, there's that bit where he meets Hitler, and that's funny. But beyond that,
good fun, good
fun time. Obviously, the tank chase is probably the next big thing.
I like the little like interaction though with Indy and Elsa in that moment. Again,
that's a good scene.
That's really good because I don't know. It's like she's not. This was my issue with the Indiana Jones villains is that. A lot of them are just, well, I'm an evil man, and that's it. Whereas, like, she's a Nazi, and all that, and all that. But it's like there's still like it wasn't just like she revealed to be a bad guy. And now instantly she's just like, I'm just a villain, and it's like, all right, you know, she still kind of cared for him a bit. Whatever, there's still a little bit of like, she's like, what the fuck are you doing here? Just get out. Type of thing, like just leave. Don't get involved. Like she's not just like, oh gods or anything like that. You know, I like again. There's layers. There's stuff. There's a bit of shades of grey to it.
Yeah.
And again, that little moment between the two. Again, as I said, the exchange of lines. I was like, all I need to do is squeeze. All I need to do is scream. And the way she delivers that line, I think is really good because it's not like it's not like she's grinning ear to ear. All I need to do is scream. It's it's kind of be like, and all I need to do is this, and he just what the fuck you doing type of thing. Good stuff. And then Hitler gives him an autograph.
It's great stuff. You know what more do you want?
Imagine if it turned out where it's like, I would have loved it. It would be so fucking funny if like they just got like a random cameo from like Francis Ford Coppola just with a Hitler tash.
If they got George Lucas himself to do it, would have been fantastic.
Do you want to know? What do you want to have, Griff? Adolf Hitler.
Oh, Jesus. But yeah, the tank chase.
Yeah.
In stark contrast to the tuk-tuk chase in Dial of Destiny. Let's talk about an actually good chase scene. Because obviously tanks aren't moving that quick.
No.
Tanks don't move very fast, but fuck me, is this thrilling somehow? I don't know how they do it.
Because we got
it's so good.
Because there's multiple things going on. Because we're going from inside the tank with is it Brody and Brody and Henry, and then outside with Indy, riding the horse and that, and then all that stuff. We got loads like what I forgot his name. What's his name? John Rhys-Davies.
Salah.
Yes. We're just like, I didn't say get camels. What you?
Yeah. It's great fun, and that obviously that dynamic remains throughout the rest of the third act. Really, those four are kind of together for the rest of the third act, and
which I love. I love that. I love that quad.
God.
I love that quad. I love that.
Yeah.
The four lads.
The four fellas just having a good time, and three of them are bad at it.
Yeah.
It's just kind of Indiana Jones is kind of just trying to keep it together whilst these three fucking doofuses are doing other shit. I mean, Salah knows what he's doing. Kind of sometimes, not often.
I mean, not when he guides Brody into a Nazi van.
Yeah, well, bad dates. Remember that?
Yeah, no, I do. Yeah, I do remember that. Raiders All Stark. Yeah, we get dead monkey.
Yeah, dead monkey.
No dead monkeys here though.
No dead monkeys. That tank chase and like people falling on the treads.
Oh.
And are they gonna fall off the back or whatever?
Great.
And again, as I've said many times before, it's great because Indiana Jones gets the fucking shit kicked out of him, mate. He's getting fucking beaten the shit out of.
It's great.
He's not in a good way by the end of it, and that's what makes it fucking thrilling.
I love the bit where he whips his dad's ankle so he doesn't.
Oh yeah.
And Sean Connery's just there, like just on a treadmill.
Yeah. I had a fucking great time. Good on him. There's no way Sean Connery. And now that we've pointed it out, I have absolutely no idea how they got Sean Connery to agree to do this. Do you know what I mean?
I think
there's so many things in this where he's not the lead, and then just all the shit that they put him through. It's like riding on the side of a motorbike, just getting fucking dragged on a tank or whatever. Like,
I guess because it's Spielberg, isn't it?
It's Spielberg,
you know what I mean?
guess. Yeah.
I mean, by this point, 1989, he's like, again, it's not Jurassic Park yet. But, you know, he did the Indiana Jones films. He did E.T. At this point, the highest grossing film ever.
Yeah.
Like, E.T., you know, so, you know, he's not...
He's done Jaws at this point, obviously.
He's done Jaws. He would have produced The Goonies and Poltergeist and all that. You know what I mean? So, he is kind of, you know...
The
guy in Hollywood. So I think, like, Sean Connery's like, oh, well, you know. I can only assume he's like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah, sure, fuck it, I'll do whatever.
Do whatever you want.
Steven wants. But then obviously we move swiftly into the most beautiful third act.
You're not going to talk about when the tank drops and then his dad thinks.
He thinks he's dead.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Really nice, heartwarming moment, and then followed up by a funny little bit that then ends on a heartwarming moment. Again, it's like, oh, that's sad. That's the realization. Like, oh, all I just needed was 5 minutes, and I didn't even give him that. Then we see just Harrison Ford just crawl up from a cliff, like. Fuck my life. Why is this happening every... Again, it's not even like a thing of like, oh my God, that's it. It's like every fucking
He's
time.
also he's just sick of it.
And then he just gets like, he stands next to him and he's like, what are we looking at? And that's like, that's funny. And then he turns and then he gives him a big old hug. It's like, oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
It's
beautiful.
Moment.
I completely forgot about that one. But that is a great moment. And again, it's another great little pinpoint in the little arc that's going on with those guys, you know? Whether like, shit, maybe we should actually like talk to each other sometime.
Brilliant shit. Great shit.
You know, it shows that he does actually care and all that kind of stuff. You never get a sense that he doesn't care about
No,
Indy.
that's what I mean. It's I never get the feeling of like it's a toxic relationship. It's just more like, I mean, if you like, again, they have like little quips. They have like the little moments. It's just more like, I mean, you could be a bit more of a dad to him. Like
you could be a bit more present.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, the third act.
Great.
Oh. Wow.
Bless you.
Thank you, sir. So that it was so aggressive. I've like freaked myself out with how fucking aggressive that sneeze was. Anyway, yeah. So I mean, the stakes are set pretty early doors when Sean Connery gets fucking shot.
Brilliant. Again, good shit. Great shot as well.
Really
we
good.
go for that shot, and then the camera goes, what?
Yeah. Because again, though, this like the third act could have just been, well, we're all under the threat of the Nazis, and we should probably go get the Holy Grail so no one dies or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been fine and would have worked absolutely fine. But again, the heart of this movie is the relationship between Indy and his dad.
Mm-hmm.
So you fucking shoot the dad, and that's your stakes for the third act, and it's
Great.
Great, beautiful stuff. Obviously, all the trials are good fun.
I love them. I love them all. Again, this is what I want in like my little adventure film. I almost just want puzzle after puzzle after puzzle, or like obstacle after obstacle. Again, Raiders more iconic. There's loads of iconic shit in there, and I don't want to be like I didn't like Raiders because I did like Raiders, but a lot of that was more like it's really intense because of an action scene.
Yes,
a boulder's rolling after him, and he has to run away from the boulder really quickly, or he's like hanging off a car and all that stuff. Whereas, like to me, I get I get slightly more invested ways like I need to step on the right blocks, otherwise I'm going to fall down or whatever.
Yeah.
Or like, I come to the end of this thing. What? Do I need to fly? Do I need to jump? No, I need to step out because it's an invisible bridge. Brilliant.
Dude, that is one of the most incredible visual effects.
Yeah.
I love it so much. For anyone who doesn't know how it was done, let me ruin it for you. Harrison Ford was on a blue screen. He's not there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Obviously.
It's a matte painting, but it's like a matte painting that's so perfectly aligned with another piece of glass that's another matte painting, so that it lines up perfectly, and then it moves slightly, and it looks like a whole fucking bridge. It's so it's so good.
It's great.
Why don't we use matte paintings anymore? They're so fucking cool.
I don't know.
Why don't we use them anymore?
I mean, you know what? I mean, we're never going to, but
no.
I would love like. I would love, because there's examples like that throughout many generations and many different decades. And I think like anyone who gets into making films, has the same version, a different variation of the same moments. You know what I mean? It's like we all. I feel like we all get in. We all like movies, but I feel like it's always like the cool technical aspects of how a thing was done, and it's always done in real life. I don't think I would have ever fallen in love with filmmaking if I looked at a special features thing and I saw just people in a green room. Like that would never have got me excited. But what got me excited was I'm seeing the special features of Inception, and I'm seeing an actual hallway turn. I'm like, what the fuck? Or like examples like that where like again you see like wait, what, they did that with a matte painting? What?
Yeah.
I feel like I earlier today I watched Cinefix's. They did a podcast episode and they talked about Terminator 2 Judgment Day. This time.
So good.
Great. I need to rewatch that film. That's a fucking banger. That is. I love that. I love the first two, but they go through and they mention the fact how like there's so much in that film that is there's a cut scene of where like of when Sarah Connor's like doing an operation on.
Oh yeah.
On
T800.
on the T800's head, and the way they did that was like. Linda Hamilton has a twin, so they just brought her in, and they did like a mirror thing, and had Arnie in the mirror bit, and they had to get like Linda Hamilton and her sister to synchronize their movements, so we didn't see the dummy's face. It's
awesome.
Things like that. It's things like that. An example like that with like Last Crusade. So in my head, I'm like, we all get into movie making for reasons like that. Why don't we keep doing? You know what I mean? It's like we all want to get in a film so we can do that shit. I'm not saying there isn't that. I mean, again, as I said, Barbie did a really good thing about soundstage, real sets. You know,
Yeah.
they did that with like real stuff like that. Again, Nolan does a lot of things. Even to this day of just like fucking like, no, we're just gonna blow someone up.
We're just gonna do a big explosion.
We're gonna do that. So there are filmmakers doing it. I just think why we don't do it more.
Yeah, well, exactly, because it looks great. And there's another one, obviously, in the next thingy, where obviously the final trial of getting the Grail. It's like, you know, pick the right one, and that guy is like, that guy, by the way, who is in one of my favorite Doctor Who episodes ever.
Right.
Just saying, he's great. He is looking through the Holy Grails. He's like, oh, it's gonna be this one because it looks fucking sick.
Yeah, I love it.
It's like, it's all bejazzled and whatever. Drinks out of it, and then just awful. Just the most harrowing. Fucking turns into an old man and then a skeleton and whatever.
Again,
but it's so cool.
That's Alison Doody doing her best Scream Queen thing. Example number 2 of her. Again, it's a great effect, but also she makes that moment as well of just being the most terrified moment. It was like just screaming, and then like again he's turning an old man, his hair's going bleh, and then he goes flying. It's just a
awesome.
great effect. Just a great. Again, we would have had that like CGS dumbass fucking looking like bullshit. Again, I don't want to say. I mean, I never want to come across being like all CG bad. It isn't. There's moments where it's needed. Again, but I also think we need a mix. I think Everything Everywhere All at Once is a good modern example of that.
The new Dungeons and Dragons is a great example of that. I know you refuse to see it because you're a fucking idiot, but that has a really good blend of that kind of stuff as well.
I'll watch a clip and I'll make my mind up if I want to watch the full film.
You're so dumb. You're so fucking dumb. Ugh.
Sorry.
You saw a trailer for a thing and you said, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to watch it, but I don't like it. And then it came out and people universally have said, it's actually really good. And you've gone, no, but the trailer was bad, so I'm not going to watch it. Do you realise how fucking dumb that is?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so watch the movie. You're a fucking idiot, man.
I might do. It's not high on my list, Robbie.
Oh, God.
There's a lot of films in the world and I don't have all the time.
Yeah, this dude. This fucking guy.
I'll pick my time. I might watch it before the end of the year, and it would definitely not be on my list by the end of the year.
Might be. Who knows?
I'll be very surprised if Dungeons and Dragons
could be
ends on my list.
I don't know.
Probably not.
Anyway, Indy picks the right one, doesn't he? 'Cause it's all
great.
It's crusty and fucked.
Yeah, it's good
which
shit.
is nice.
Good shit.
And then obviously gets the chance. Is he gonna drink from it? No, he's gonna save his dad. And ain't that lovely?
Great. No,
it's
great.
It's a really nice thing. And then
cinematography wise as well, it's really nice. It's really nicely lit. Again, Steven Spielberg does a lot of like that, like almost like backlit, almost like quite just halo-y, effecty type of things. I always like the shot of just like, of just when Sean Connery's just led and we can't get a profile, and it's kind of like, again, it's thematic as well in the sense of like he's seeing the light and all that stuff. But it also just looks good.
Obviously, one of my favorite my favorite piece of that is when the whole thing's crumbling, and Elsa goes for the Grail.
Oh,
and
great!
He's like, "Let it go, because you're gonna fucking die." And she doesn't.
Yeah.
And then she dies.
That is Alison Doody doing another good horror performance in that one moment as well. She would just example number 3 of her just falling. It's getting great. Again, I love me spooky shit, and I love like anything that resembles a horror thing. And there's loads in the final act that does good, spooky, scary, things. And again, great ending sequence of hanging, trying to get the Grail. Falls into just a pit of mist.
Again, just a pit of mist.
It's not a big old black hole. It's
no.
She probably definitely did land on just a crash mat instantly, but I don't give a fuck. It looked cool.
It's fun to think about. Yeah,
and a great
and then
great
from
sound
a scripting
design with
point.
it.
Yes, from a scripting point of view, obviously, then Indy is put in the exact same position, and he's reaching for it. And he's like, I'm so close.
Let it go.
And his dad,
Let it go.
And his dad, who's been devoting his entire life and pushing his family away to get the Holy Grail, is the one that has to tell him, let it go, man. It's fine. You can't win them all or whatever. And it's so fucking good. It makes me
Wait to the
just
night.
gets me a little teary eyed boy. I don't shed a tear.
Yeah.
I get a little misty eyed looking at that. It's pretty good. Man.
I get the I get
Yeah, it's like
it's the hold of the chest thing.
Yeah,
that's just good. That's good. Like
the whole thing's wrapped up so nicely. Everyone's learned something or whatever.
yeah.
What's the thing that he says when they get outside? He's like, "What did you learn, Dad?" or whatever, and he's like, "Enlightenment" or something. I can't remember.
I can't remember, but yeah.
But it's a real cute little thing. And obviously they ride away together into the sunset.
We find out why he's called Junior. Who's Henry?
Yes.
Henry Jones Jr. We named the dog Indiana.
Yeah, he was named after the dog, which is funny because
he was named after George Lucas's dog.
Yeah, because the character was named after George Lucas's dog. Ha 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 ha. And then they all ride off in together into the sunset.
And they never made another one again.
That was the end of the Indiana Jones franchise.
And as the film says, it's the last Crusade because it's the
last
final one that they ever did. We all went away happy. Henry Jones. Henry Jones.
It was a beautiful ending.
Yeah.
Everyone's stories and arcs are wrapped up perfectly.
Yeah.
There's never any need to make another one of these movies, and definitely not two.
Nope. Nope, not at all.
Definitely not two more where we do aliens and time travel. Fuck.
Anyway, Last Crusade's it's a fucking good one. Well,
It's great.
To me, this is kind of what I just want in an indie film.
Yeah.
When I think about what I want in an Indiana Jones film, and I'm not a part of the Indiana Jones fandom. That's not my community. It isn't.
That's me.
It just isn't. Not for any particular reason. I just was never it. But you know what? As someone who, it's good. It's just it's a really good, fun adventure with good character bits, fun action. It's like 2 hours. It's like a tiny bit over 2 hours. Flies by, brilliantly paced. I think it's the longest one out of the original three, by like minutes.
Yeah, it is.
Like not like loads. It's not, but no, love it. Maybe not love it. Really like it. It's great. It's a great film. It's a great film.
I love it.
I would put in this again, as I said, I put in a similar camp as like something like Top Gun Maverick. That's another like good example of like, like I just want like a really good. I just want a quality blockbuster.
Yeah.
Last Crusade is just it is that. It is again, and it might not be my type of films that I gravitate towards, but I'm also not dumb in the way of like there is definitely an art to a blockbuster, and there is definitely a great way how to do a blockbuster, and this is an example of how to do a great one. It just is. Final thoughts, Roy, before we give our rating of it.
It's fucking mint. That's about as much as I can say, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's class. It's one of the best movies.
Yep.
There you go. What do you want from me? It's the best one of these three.
Yeah, I agree.
Easily. Well, probably not easily. They're all pretty great, in my opinion. But yeah, this one just hits different, man. It's so good. So, watch it if you haven't seen it. If you haven't seen it, what are you doing for a start? And secondly,
the three films would actually be. Do you know what? It would be a fun triple bill, and I'm saying that like not necessarily like the hugest thing, but do you know what would be like a cool atmosphere for this would be like an outdoor viewing with a barbecue. You know what I mean? You just watch the three. You just get the three Indiana Jones films on a projector in a garden. You get some bottles of beer or cider out.
Oh yeah.
You cook up a bar, you grill up some shit, and you just watch some indie films. That's like I feel like that's a good time.
I'll be well into that.
Hey, let's arrange that. Let's find a way.
Yeah, let's do that shit. That sounds great.
Let's find a way how to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me personally, 4-star film. 4 stars.
Yeah, for me it's a 5.
Obviously, yeah.
It's so good.
But yeah, really great film, really solid, fun time, enjoyable. So yeah, there you go. That's Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Robbie, do you have anything this intermission?
Do I have anything this intermission? I don't really. I've been reading a book.
Yeah.
I was going to tell you about. Oh, I'll tell you what I've been watching. Been watching Ahsoka.
Oh, how
Star
is
Wars
it?
show.
I'm hearing it's good.
It's very good. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it immensely. I do think if you haven't seen Star Wars Rebels, there is absolutely no reason to enjoy this.
Right, okay.
There's just like if you haven't seen that series, why would you ever turn this on?
Yeah.
Because I know it's called Ahsoka, but it's Rebels season 5, but it's live action now.
Okay.
It's basically what it is, because it picks up straight when Rebels left off. For those who have seen Rebels, obviously, Thrawn and Ezra got sent off into hyperspace or whatever, and it's the rest of the characters reuniting and then trying to find them or whatever. And it's great. And my only downside is I'm not hugely sold on Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka.
Oh, really?
She plays it very straight, which
Okay.
I know Ahsoka kind of would be at this point in her timeline, but the Ahsoka I know is more fun than she plays it. She plays it like how Liam Neeson does Qui-Gon. Do you know what I mean? Just a real fucking I'm wise and I don't need to say a lot. And I'm like, that's not really how Ahsoka is in my head.
Yeah.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead's really good in it. I like the girl that's playing Sabine as well. She's pretty good. Overall, I'm enjoying it so far. It hasn't pissed me off yet, but we'll see. We'll see, won't we? Who's to say? But
Is it Dave Filoni? Is it a Dave Filoni show? Is he the showrunner for this one?
It's a Dave Filoni joint. So I'm enjoying it. I think it's better than Book of Boba Fett, because that's not hard. It's better than Obi-Wan. It's better than Mandalorian was last season.
Right.
Definitely. I don't know if it's quite gotten over Mandalorian season 2 yet. I don't know. And it's not quite as good as Andor.
All right.
Because Andor's actually is actually structured to be a television series, as opposed to a long movie cut up into 6 parts, like most Disney Plus series are. But yeah, it's good. I like it so far. Who fucking knows?
Cool.
I've been reading a book. Started a book. I'll need to get these things off it so that I don't spoil what Julia's birthday present is.
Oh.
On the podcast, it's called How to Kill Your Family.
All right.
It's fiction. Oh, it's not like a guide. I'm not planning anything. It's about a girl who she was raised by her single mum, not knowing who her dad was, and her mum died, and they were really hard done by, and they had no money, and she finds out that her dad is actually a very, very rich Elon Musk type billionaire man who's a fucking terrible dude, and just left them out with fuck all, and then her mum died and whatever, and he did nothing to help. So she decides she's going to dedicate. That happens when she's like 15, I think, and then she dedicates her entire life to killing all of them, like all of the family on her dad's side, and it's great. And she's so far anyway. I'm only 100 pages in. She could, as a protagonist, seem annoying because she's not just cynical; she hates everything.
Right.
And it could be like, you're really moany and annoying.
Yeah.
But instead, she's somehow very, very endearing. I think the kids would say that she's serving cunt, but I don't know what that means exactly.
She's serving cunt.
Yeah, that's what people say, innit?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't, would you? But, people would say that, I imagine. Ask Angus about it, he'll know.
What about serving cunt?
Yeah, Angus is the kind of guy that would know what serving cunt means.
All right, well, why don't you ask him?
Well, I won't, because I haven't spoken to him since he said he might be living with me and then hasn't said anything.
Well, why don't you break the ice by asking...
Asking him what serving cunt means.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that.
All right, well...
Thingy would know what it means. Karaoke would say something like that.
All right. I need to wish her happy birthday, actually.
Yeah, it's going to say, is it her birthday today?
It is.
Okay, I should have probably messaged you. Yes,
we do it at the same time. I just go,
we definitely didn't discuss this. But yeah, it's very good and enjoyable so far. I like it. There's a good murders.
Cool.
A lot of stuff being said about, aren't the rich awful? And I say,
yeah.
Sometimes, yeah, they are actually.
So it's doing like a Parasite, Triangle of Sadness type of like
yeah, that kind of a vibe.
societal commentary on class systems.
Yeah, but like fun.
Yeah.
So
Parasite's fun.
Parasite's fun, I guess. Yeah.
And Triangle of Sadness is fun.
But I haven't seen that one. But yeah, so far I am enjoying it. I will, if I finish it I hope I finish it by the time we do the next episode.
That'll be October, so
yeah, I can tell you whether it turned out to be shit or not.
well,
But so far it's good.
cool.
That's about as much as I have.
I went to London. This last
I
weekend.
also went to London. Shit.
I went to London for more of a fun thing than you though.
Yeah, you went to a much more fun thing than me.
Well, I was at Wembley first. I mean, we technically never went into London. I stayed in Watford, and then we got the train into Wembley. So I never. It wasn't a London experience, but you know what I mean. I was in London technically.
Yeah.
Went there for AEW's All In pay-per-view. Over 81,000 people. The biggest attendance in a wrestling show for paid attendance ever. WWE technically have got like WrestleMania 32 is like over 100,000 people, but then even like Vince McMahon was like, well, that includes like the people worked at the venue or the staff. I was like, all right, you motherfucker.
Yeah, fudging the numbers a bit.
Yeah. And then like obviously there's also technically one that like happened in like the 90s in North Korea that had like over like 150,000 people, but none of those were there on their own accord. So
that makes sense.
So that wasn't paid attendance either. So but this was the largest wrestling event ever in terms of paid attendance, which is mad. I wasn't even up in the nosebleeds, and I just had to keep looking at the screen. I had to look at the screen for the whole show.
Really?
Quite frankly, good time though, really good time. I'm not going to get into it, but I might have seen CM Punk's last match ever. That's fun. Not. Apparently, what happened was because like I'm not going to get into the whole thing, but like there was a thing happening in the there was a match happening in the pre-show against with a wrestler called Jack Perry, who is Luke Perry's son. For those who know Luke Perry, I may not know.
I have no idea who Luke Perry is.
He's an actor. He died of an heart attack a few years ago. He was in, I think he was in Riverdale.
I know that guy.
Yeah, he was. He was also in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. But I can't think of anything else he was in. Was he in Dawson's Creek? Was that him?
I don't.
Was that it? Yeah, I can't. Either way, but like his son, who's a wrestler called Jack Perry. Apparently, like Jack Perry had a match. He said a thing to annoy CM Punk. Got like backstage. CM Punk is the first match on the main card. They're like, we're in between matches or whatever. And like apparently Punk walked up to Jack Perry and was like, do we have a fucking problem? And then Jack Perry was like, yeah. They got in a scuffle and now both of them suspended. But then that happened, and then immediately after that, Punk walked out and then did a match and then just walked. So like, I witnessed it, but I'm just like waiting like there, just happily, being a big CM Punk fan that I am.
Yeah.
We're getting the main card started. Samoa Joe walks out. I realize, holy shit, we're starting it with the Punk match. Then Punk comes out. I'm excited. I'm like, woo, and having a good time. That was a decent match. That was actually quite a banging match as well. Yeah. Then walks back, and then I'm on the tube back to Watford, and I get a text from Joe, who was watching it live or whatever, and then he just went to me and he's looking, and obviously he's seen the reports, and I'm just shattered. And then Joe went like, yeah, probably Jack Perry and CM Punk had a fight backstage. I went, fuck's sake.
Oh shit.
Fuck's sake, man. So apparently that happened. Did anything dodgy happen? In terms of my end, audience wise, no, not from my memory. It was pretty smooth getting in as well. Merch wasn't extortion. I paid 30 quid for a shirt, so that was fine.
That's not too bad.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But it was also a shirt that had like the I was there, so I was like, that's like a nice like token thing to have. And then like
that's pretty good.
I didn't get food either, so I didn't have to pay those prices.
I know that's shit's ridiculous.
Gary got 2 bottles of water, one for me, one for him, so I just saved that throughout the show. Yeah, throughout the 5 hours.
Nice.
That I was sat there. No, good times. And like the biggest pain in the ass was just the was getting back to the tube, because imagine like
oh god, yeah,
imagine 80,000 people. We're all just
Jesus Christ.
walking. So then they had a system every now and then. They had like just like a guy with a sign that had like go, stop, go,
okay.
to like break it up.
That's very good.
Yeah, and then but then it was like 3 of them across like the path. So like it took me like roughly an hour to technically get to the tube. But I was,
oh my God.
But I was, there's not much I can do. Whatever. But
yeah, you can't do anything.
But then
about
obviously,
it.
but then there's like wrestling fans who are getting annoyed about it, and then like some of them trying to start chants saying "fuck the sign guy."
No.
Fuck the sign. I was like, leave him alone.
Leave the guy alone. He's just doing a job, man.
Dude, I don't want another fucking like Hillsborough incident where we all just end up like crashing.
Yeah,
on.
exactly.
And there was one lad like at one point when we were just stopped, and everyone was like, fucking can't believe we're waiting. And there was just like one lad and I assume his girlfriend barging past us, and he just walked out. And then then everyone just booed him. Be like, how could you skip the fucking line? And then he just turned around and was like, just walk out. We all didn't. We were all like, fuck that guy.
Yeah,
I mean, we're not going to because we're not going to be the dickheads. But but no one stopped him as well to be like, hey, mate, come on. But
come on.
So that was a thing.
just let him go.
And there was like the last stop point before we eventually got to Wembley Park train station bit. Again, just stood waiting. I'm just like trying not to fall asleep on my feet because I'm shattered at this point.
Yeah.
And I'm also hungry, but also it got to the point where like I got so hungry that like but my tiredness went over the hunger. So I'm like, I just want bed now. Fuck getting food. I just want bed. I got crisps at a vending machine. But I just waiting or whatever. And then, and again, we could hear like crowds of people booing or whatever, and with the like, other crowds like behind us with the sign or whatever. But there was like just 2 lads in front of us, and imagine, I can't think of anyone, but like just imagine like a frumpy Tyler is the best way.
Frumpy Tyler, dear God.
So like a frumpy Tyler with a vape is the best way I can describe this bloke in front of me.
Sounds like my worst nightmare.
And then and he's talking to his mate, who looks like if like Jay from Jay and Silent Bob just got a bit chunkier. Is the best way I can describe.
Okay.
So imagine a frumpy Tyler with a vape and chunky Jay. It's just in front of me at this point. And like all this shit's like whoa, whoa, whatever in the back, and then like frumpy Tyler goes like, if they're getting violent, I'll get violent too. And then I'm in my head, I'm like, well, you're fucking hard, mate.
What are you doing?
What are you gonna do, mate?
Yeah. Frumpy Tyler.
Okay, frumpy.
Jesus.
But yeah, that was it. Then, good time there. And
I was also in London, but for something nowhere near as exciting that I won't discuss on the podcast. But what I did get out of it, and by get out of it I mean steal out of it. I stole.
Jesus.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
A bottle of Prosecco. You should
full bottle of Prosecco Rosé, man. Fucking nix that shit.
You should have popped that for the final episode, Robbie, of the season.
Maybe I will. Maybe I'll do it right
for
now.
the final bit. There's still little bits to talk about, but
Yeah, fuck it. Hang on. Right, I'm gonna get a glass. Keep the people entertained.
Hello.
And I can say we're finished or whatever.
Hello, my honey. Hello, my baby. Hello, my ragtime gal. Baby, my heart's on fire.
Please cut all of this out.
To me, tell me I'm alone. You know what? While we have this break, I am gonna message Kate before I forget.
Hello.
Hello. What type of glass have you got?
I've got a glass mug from my best mate's girlfriend, Claire.
I don't have a girlfriend called Claire.
I say it like that. Yeah, exactly. I said it like that because she's Irish.
All right. It's like, yeah, exactly. I said what I said.
I said what I fucking said, bitch. Oh God, how do I? Oh God, I've never had to do this before. Jesus. Oh no, I've got it. Oscar, calm down. I'll fucking figure it out. Oscar, chill out, man.
Okay. Oh man, I'm on the edge of my seat.
Okay. I'm so nervous.
What? In case you're gonna like.
Yeah, in case it like just fucking comes everywhere. Right. Okay. I'm gonna do this away from my laptop. Mate, I'm so nervous. My hand's like shaking.
It's Prosecco, not champagne.
Yeah, I know. Fucking hell. I did it. It worked. Now I'm going to pour it. Do you want the cork?
Do I want the cork?
Yeah, you can't have it.
Oh, no.
Oh, I got him. Right, anyway. Here's to many more seasons.
We'll see.
Oh, come on. Oh, here's to the end of season 5.
There you go.
That's a big glass. I should have...
Yeah, shows the size of the glass. Hang on.
It doesn't matter.
No, let me see. Have a sip. Have a sip
It doesn't matter, does it?
Have a sip. Have a sip. Why have you got like a half-pint tankard of like Prosecco?
It's a fucking schooner, mate.
It's a schooner in it.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right.
You sound like
tepid.
you sound like you in the latter part of like, that's all right. Wait up. Oh, that's a weird thing that happened. Well, it wasn't weird. I know why it happened, but that's the thing that happened in like the All-In, like pre-bit. We're like in Wembley, and then like a Fulham advert comes on for like.
An advert for the place Fulham or for the football team?
For the football team Fulham. And just people like, they're going to face Tottenham, and then they Tottenham. But like the reason is because Tony Khan, the owner of AEW, also runs Fulham FC. So it's like, we'll watch Fulham face Tottenham, and then like a little bit later we got an advert for like for the Jacksonville Jaguars, an American football team, because also Tony Khan also owns that. To which then a chant started coming like, that's not football. That's not football.
Nice. Very good.
Oh, another chant that happened, which I learned wasn't audible on the telly, on the television, was because one of the I don't know if you heard anything about this. One of the wrestlers called Cash Wheeler, who was a part of the tag team FTR, like a week or two ago. It was a week ago. It was a week before the fucking pay-per-view, got arrested for road raging with a gun in Florida. So everyone was like, oh god, but he got through because he didn't get like his charge was just relinquish your firearms and you're off, whatever. Like he didn't get anything but like apparently like he didn't fire the gun, but like from what we could understand, like it was like a road rage thing where he flashed his gun at a guy. So, it was like, you're that guy, right? Okay.
Yeah, you're a dick then. Okay,
but since it happened in Florida, he got off. He got off fine.
Yeah.
But then in my section, and through like a good little section, a chant just started coming off in this banging of a tag team match between FTR and the Young Bucks, actually, of just a Wheeler's got a gun, Wheeler's got a gun. No. But I went to Joe and went, did that come across on the telly? He went, no. Well,
not at all.
I went, well, there was like a couple thousand people singing it. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, yeah.
I've just suddenly thought, I've opened that bottle now.
Oh, you can't. Don't you have like a?
I can't close it again.
Well, you're gonna have to finish that now.
Do people put spoons in the top of it?
That won't seal it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. One second.
Do you have cling film?
I do have cling film.
Just cling film the bottle.
It's cling film the top of it. Jesus.
You're gonna
How to close a bottle of wine. Google.
Well, I'll say my little bit while you're researching, because that was like what we have done, and I'll talk about now. We're moving on to a segment of what we're going to be doing. I'll say my bit because your bit's a bit more exciting than mine.
What am I doing? Oh yeah.
Yeah. My only plans at the minute, apart from in pre-production for another film that I'm going to be shooting in early October. Well, by the time this episode comes out, I will be doing this. I'll be in a. Me and Joseph Kelson are going to Tideside Cinema on Cinema Day, which I didn't realize was just a general national thing. £3 for a cinema ticket.
Yo,
banging! Paying £3 to see Seven Samurai in Tideside Cinema. I'm looking forward to that.
That's pretty good.
Joe's first time seeing the film as well. So,
pretty good.
And again, £3 for a cinema ticket when I would have paid like £11 something odd. Man, that's tasty. But like, one, have you found a way how to close your wine yet?
Yeah, I think so.
What do you need
I'm
to
gonna
do?
give it a go.
What do you need to do?
Apparently you can wrap the cork in cling film
Oh, so we had the cling film thing in mind.
and then like squidge it in.
What like? Oh, interesting.
I'm gonna give it a go.
Okay.
I think you're like cling wrapping it so that it like compresses it. You know what I mean?
Right. I get you.
Give me a second. This is gonna be thrilling for our audio listeners.
To which I still need to upload all the audio on podcast.
Yeah, I saw that the other day.
What was the last one? What was the last one I uploaded?
The General.
Oh fuck, that's like.
It's a while ago.
Well,
The General's the last one you played.
I'll do all that next week. I'll
right.
just spam the.
Am I talking about what I'm doing? No.
Do you want to like do this first and then do that?
Oh, I'll do both at the same time, man.
Ah.
I'm a multifaceted man.
You're a multi-flaccid man.
I'm a multi-flaccid man. I mean, this isn't doing shit. It's just making the cork bigger. It's making it less likely to go in the fucking thing. Okay, so when this goes out, does this go out on Saturday?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, bitch, I'll be in Italy. I'm going.
Mamma mia!
Mamma mia! I'm going to Italy on Saturday morning. Not forever, just for a holiday.
Just fucking. Robbie's going to Northern Italy somewhere to have a gay romance with an older man.
Yes, I'm off to go fuck a peach.
Oh.
I'm gonna go fuck a peach and then a cannibal in the same week. That's the plan.
An alleged cannibal.
Well, yeah, I'll pin the text. Yes, I'm going to Italy, not with a cannibal or a peach, with my girlfriend's Julia. We're going for. This is very difficult to do. We're going for a week, Saturday to Saturday.
If we have any Italian fans out there, say hello to us.
If we have any Italian fans near the area of Lake Como, I won't go into any more specifics.
Yeah, what's the address? What's the address there?
As to not be fucking swatted. Yes, I'll be there, and we're going to be there for a week, and it's her birthday on the Thursday whilst we're there.
Cute.
It's gonna be a great little time. We're gonna go to all sorts of places like Menagio and Bellagio and other places.
You made that up.
No, I didn't make that up. It's a real place.
Menagio and Bellagio and Flagio and
other places that end with Agio. It's Hagio. You know, all the good ones.
I love it. I also like how you.
And we're gonna eat our body weight in pizza and ice cream, and it's gonna be great.
I've heard from when Lewis went to Italy, both him and Victoria said, Italian pizza, it's fine. It's apparently Italian pizza is inferior to, but the pasta is where it's at. The pasta, the pasta is the stuff that slaps hard apparently in Italy. So keep that. So maybe tempt your
I'll
expectations.
keep an eye out for that.
But
Yeah. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'll be there when this goes out. I imagine my flight's at 6:10 on Saturday morning from Liverpool Airport.
Is it like a city break thing, or is it more like recluse? Is it more like
It's in a little village on the lake.
Cool. Okay, so yeah, it's more of a quaint, chill holiday type.
Yeah, and we're gonna be there's loads of villages around the lake. So the plan is to you can ferry across.
No.
So the plan is on different days we're gonna get the ferry across the lake to a different village and whatnot. So
bro, I'm jealous.
It should be good. I'm excited, man. I've got so many good shirts. Let me show you this. Let me show you this shirt. This is such an Italian. It's a British dad on holiday in Italy shirt.
Are you rocking the Sufjan Stevens summer? Is that what you're doing?
Dude, I fucking nailed it. Right, I've got some navy chino shorts to wear with this as well.
Oh, brilliant!
Look at this shit. You ready? Tell me this doesn't scream Mr. Ripley to you. Bosh! Look at that. Oh,
that's
blue,
nice.
Blue and white pinstripes.
That looks like a shirt that I've got actually.
With navy stripes.
As a goal, did you get that from Next?
No, I got it from Emmerdale actually.
Okay, no, okay.
So
Never mind.
It's great when a character dies on Emmerdale.
You just get his wardrobe.
They do a clothes sale where you go down and they just put all the wardrobe up, and they had one where everything was free, and I got this. I got this shirt for free. It was fucking great.
I don't know which character died in it, but you know.
But he had good fashion.
Had great fashion. So I'm gonna wear that with a pair of navy chino shorts like a fucking dad, and I've also got some sandals.
Nice.
Ready for this? Bosh. If they're gonna show up, look at that.
I got those ones, Birkenstock.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Have you ever tried to buy sandals in the last weekend of August?
No.
Yeah, it's impossible, man. They don't exist.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I'm looking for. Are you finished talking about your Italy?
Oh yeah, I'm done out. Yeah.
I was gonna do like a little segue thing there about being like, I can't. You know what? I'm in the stage now where I'm craving autumn. And I'm done with summer. Give me
a
that
man after midnight.
Give me that chill. Give me that chilliness. Give me some. Give me the ability to where I can wear warm clothing. I want to get me sweaters on. I want to do all that stuff. I want autumn. And also, what's happening in autumn is going to be our next episode.
Whoa! Look at this fucking guy.
Yeah. Apart from the best time to go to cafes is the autumn and winter time because they have the best drinks. You wear the best clothing, quite frankly. Have you seen me in a sweater? I look a lot better than I do in shorts. I can tell you that much. And then I mean now I drive, so I might have an issue with that.
Wow.
So I'll see how I feel about the winter now. But also what we do our Halloween special. You're also coming up for Sorks. That's also a thing that's happening. Sorks. Which is also the weekend when I wrap filming the film that I'm going to be doing. So that'll be a fun time. But yeah, we're going to be the next episode we'll be doing will be our Halloween special, and the link and this we're going to do The Exorcist, the original Exorcist, to probably get the taste of the new one out of my mouth.
Yeah,
and then we'll talk about the original, the one with from 1973, directed by William Friedkin. That'd be the first time you watched that, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Yeah,
I know there's a spooky girl crawling down the stairs or whatever.
Yeah, there is. And that'll be late October, sometime in late October. Keep it on the Instagram page for whenever that will be. And then after that, it'll be the Christmas special. After that,
oh yeah, I'm excited for the Christmas special.
Oh, it might. I mean, we'll see. We'll see because also that the Halloween special might be within the same weekend as the Tees Valley Film Festival ceremony thing, which we have a possibility of you also having a film within that.
When do we find out about that?
I don't know.
Let me have a look. I looked at this the other day and I forgot. Obviously, not like me.
Yeah.
What a fucking twist.
I've submitted the Thrones music video for Memories. I've submitted Alone With You, and also I've submitted Joe's silent film, Frame by Frame.
Oh yeah.
So
September 17th is notification date.
Okay, cool. So all I'm saying is the Tees Valley Film Festival are going to be sick of looking at Connor's face.
Oh yeah. But I'll never be sick of it.
No, neither would I. I mean, he was on my mug.
God,
I drink out this mug every night. Man. Every night I drink out this mug.
Wow. That's cute as fuck.
I missed that, man. I haven't seen him in a few days. In about a month now.
Yeah.
God.
What a cute guy.
Anyway, we'll end on our shared love for Connor Dorian. Within that, and what a season! What a season!
What a season, eh?
What a season, eh? Do you want to have a slight guess before we end this? In terms of, I'll give you you know what? Hang on a minute. This will be a quick one, I promise. Do you want to have a slight guess of what the highest rated episode of this season was? In terms of a combined
views?
rating. No, rated in terms of our star ratings. We'll also go to view as well, But
I'm gonna say it was The Apartment.
is the highest combined episode.
Yeah.
It was you're close. It was tied.
Was it tied with Modern Times?
No, it was tied with Shawshank Redemption. That was both of those was I gave both Shawshank and The Apartment 5 stars. You gave them both 4.5.
Yeah, man.
For your curiosity, Modern Times, it was a 5 for me, 3.5 for you.
Yeah.
Within that, do you want to guess what the highest rated episode overall of the Intermission? What the official highest rated Intermission one is? I can give you. You know what? I can give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can give you the 10 actually.
Okay. Yeah.
A lot of them are tied because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7 4.5 star rated ones. There's 2. Yeah. There's 2 4 3/4. And there is 1 5 star. There is only one film that
was universally 5 stars.
Yeah, out of 56. No, we haven't talked about 56 films because there's also out of all those films, we've only given one film a joint 5 star.
I can't think of what that would be.
So the 4.5 stars. This one, Last Crusade, is a 4.5.
Yeah.
We got Goodfellas. That's a 4.5. Dazed and Confused.
Yeah.
Is a 4.5. I think all the 4.5 stars is I gave 5, you gave 4. Actually.
Yeah.
Apart from Last Crusade, it's switched in that regard. Dog Day Afternoon is a 4.5.
Yeah. That was a great one.
Yeah, I need to rewatch that. That's the one that I've just thought about. I'm like, God, I need to rewatch that.
Yeah.
12 Hungry Men is a 4.5. Seven Samurai is a 4.5, and the last 4.5 is The Apartment. So this wasn't tied. The 2 4 3/4, Shawshank Redemption was 4 3/4. That was a 5 star for me and a 4.5 for you.
Cool.
The second one of 4 3/4 is It's a Wonderful Life. Again,
oh yeah, that makes sense.
5 stars, 4.5 that you gave it, and the number one film as a joint 5 star is Miracle on 34th Street. Is the only film
of course it is.
that both of us are given 5 stars. Is the joint? Is the joint?
Banger, mate.
Yeah,
I might watch that again this year with my family.
I want to get one. Yeah, I want to get that.
Because my mum asks to watch Miracle on 34th Street every year, but the one with Matilda for some reason.
I've never seen it, nor do I care to.
Yeah,
watch it.
but we always hated it as children. I think but I love that movie, so maybe I'll make her watch the original one.
Yeah, I'd bang it.
Good shit. Yeah.
Do you know what would be a fun thing to maybe do? It will be a lot of effort on our hand. It's me stealing this idea from Cinefix because I like what they're doing. I like what they've done. They've got 4 people to list to give. 4 people have made a list of their top 100 films, and then they algorithmed it, and now they're doing like a definitive top 100.
Oh wow, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind if me and you did like a top 100.
Yeah.
And then we do a combined thing, and we see like, because obviously with these ones we're doing like our ratings of films of like that we've reviewed, but also there's going to be films that we haven't talked about that would be on our lists.
Yeah.
And I'll be curious what me and you as a pair would. There will be a lot of that. I would think there will be a few crossovers. There will be a good chunk that isn't crossed over. But that will be an interesting project thing, I think. Again, not necessarily a video to do, but I just think it would be a cool like little stat thing.
Yeah, definitely.
But in terms of the most viewed video from this season, on YouTube, that is, what do you think it is?
I'm gonna say it's.
Do you need a reminder of what this season is? Of what we did?
No, I'm all right. Is it Modern Times?
That's the second most viewed one.
Fuck, man.
That's got 194 views. The most viewed one we did this season was Throne of Blood with 249 views.
Nice.
Yeah, and then below that, it's Come and See with 112.
All right, cool.
But below that, we've got The Big Boss at 108 views. Again, Bruce Lee. And the 2 Indiana Jones films got over 100 views. So we'll see how this one does. But yeah, that one's we've had decent views. You know what? It's been a fun experimental one. I knew that's. I think if you go back to Shawshank Redemption, you hear me go, I'll be interested in what this season brings. Because of the films that I've chosen, I'll be interested in what Robbie thinks of these fucking things. And I mean, a lot of them, I'm not surprised with what happened. Yeah. Some of them I am. I was surprised at your opinions on. Well, I was shocked at Hero to an extent. I didn't expect you to be so venomous towards the red shoes.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that to get that response. But overall, you know what? Good times, whatever.
Yeah, good times, man.
But yeah, anyway.
Just two buddies being guys.
And I'll be even more interested in for the next season, what we give it. Obviously, the rest of this season, technically, again, we've got Exorcist. We got Gremlins for the Christmas special, and then obviously we'll have the top 10 lists. We'll see if we can fit in talk about Oscars again. We'll see. We'll see what both of us are doing
Possibly.
By that point.
Yeah.
But we'll see about that. But obviously, as I've said, the next season will be all random.
Hell yeah, man! I'm excited about that. I'm very, very excited about what's going to come up there.
Apart from like the very first episode, well, I'll just pick it and it's like we're doing this film, and then the trilogy, which this season was your trilogy. Was the trilogy was a trilogy for you? Yeah. And then the next season, it's a trilogy for me. Is all I'm saying. Yeah. But I will say it now. It'll hopefully be a one that will also be fine for you as well. I'm not pulling like a really like slow paced auteur, just fucking boring ass thing. Yeah. I'm thinking of it's films I do want to talk about. Now I won't reveal just yet. But what I will say is it's a trilogy that's a loose trilogy.
Okay.
Like we're not following the same story.
Yeah.
It's a thematic trilogy. I'll put it that way. But you can get a box set that says it's a trilogy. So that's how.
So that's allowed.
That's it. But anyway, that's the future of the intermission for now.
Yeah, man.
For now, and we'll see you all October.
Yeah, man.
For The Exorcist. Yeah. Any last words, Robbie?
Sayonara, bitches.